Good afternoon. It's 3:01. I'm Joseph Bonanno, live from the Buffalo Wild Wings out in Franklin. The Titans were back on the practice field today as they get set to host the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday. Reports from practice say that there were no sign of Tony Pollard or Otis Reister in the open portion of practice. Jeffrey Simmons, Kenneth Murray, and Tyler Boyd all returned, although Murray did stay inside. J.C. Latham was a part of team stretch but didn't come out for practice. In college football news, Bill Belichick was officially introduced as the head coach of North Carolina today as he held his introductory press conference. Also, 4 Vols made the all-freshman team in the SEC. That includes tight end Ethan Davis, defensive lineman Jordan Ross, linebacker Jalen Smith, and Boot Carter, who was named at 2 positions, defensive back and return specialist. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once in your home of the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone, Thursday edition. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City, broadcasting live from Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs. We do it every Thursday, our Titans football feast. Stop by and see us. Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs for our Titans football feast. Stop by for your chance to win Titans tickets and other prizes each hour, thanks to Miller Lite and Buffalo Wild Wings. Plus, 22-ounce, 16-ounce draft beers of Miller Lite. 16-ounce drafts of Miller Lite, $5. That's what we got going here. Babsy is here.
What up?
What up, Babsy?
Let's go. Happy Thursday, people.
I heard a little rumor about you.
Uh-oh. A little birdie told you something?
Well, I got here, 2:30, and I set my bag down because we're headed to the airport from here to go cover Army-Navy. Which we'll tell you more about that in a minute. But your bags were already here.
Yeah.
And I was like, where is Babs? And Zeph was like, she's been here since 2 o'clock.
Damn right. What's up?
Working.
Yeah, no, the only reason is because I had to have my husband drop me off because I'm riding with you guys to the airport, and he had stuff he had to do. So that was, and then I had a work call, bowl game call with my production crew for ESPN. So, so that's the only reason. It wasn't my choice. I'll be rolling in here about 2:59:45 usually.
There you go. Ron Slay is here.
I'm in the building. Better be ready. It's time for the show, and it is a show.
It is a show. We will be broadcasting live here at Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs until 5:20. Yeah. And then we have to exit stage left to go to the airport.
Get some more work done.
Try to hit our plane. And try to hit, what's the spot you like to hit?
Voodoo. I got a voodoo donut with me.
He's got like 8 at the airport.
Yeah, I got my little, is it Egyptian?
Yeah.
My little Indian partners?
Yep.
Call me cousin. What's up, big cousin?
Yeah.
We started getting my chicken set together.
And then they get his 8 sauces that he has them put on the top of his.
Extra season salt, all that.
We may not need voodoo donuts because Keith Bullock is here at Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs. Bully, what up?
Chilling, man. Brought y'all a little neighbor favorite over there next to my Just Love, Tiff Treats.
Oh, the best.
Now, y'all know he's a voodoo donut guy, too, though, don't you?
Is that true?
If I got time.
I don't ever have time.
Do you mix it up donut-wise, or do you get the same one every time? Because Slay gets the same one every time.
Yeah, I get the blueberry cake donut.
That's a good one.
I get the originals.
The original
glaze.
Stay away from them.
I said they get a little crazy.
Portland cream, Portland cream, dog. Nah, come on, Bully, don't do it like that now.
That Boston cream
that custard
sauce,
filled,
I don't like
that
the
should be my thing. Yeah, it's too big. That's the thing. If it was like a regular size, I mess with Boston cream, but some of those joints is just too intimidating. I'm like, look, man, I'm not like literally have to cut them in half on a whole flight to LA. takes me like the whole flight to finish one of those big joints.
Yeah,
that's why I like
it's
the
real.
little cake, blueberry cake donuts.
That one's good. That's a little bite-sized joint.
Yes, sir.
2-3 bites, you gone.
So if y'all want to meet Bully, he'll take a picture with you, sign your baby's forehead or whatever you need.
Yep.
Keith Bully, former Titans All-Pro linebacker, with us here at Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs. Yeah, just love just popping over there. This is the time of year for that.
You know what? You would think, but the way my numbers read.
Spoken like a true business guy.
You need people to show up.
No, seriously. December to about March, numbers tend to go down. I think
'Cause people are on vacation different
you got
schedules.
Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, and then once about March, April, when them tax returns come, it's back popping again. You know, so it's funny because it'll be 5 years in July for me, and I know all the trends and the ebbs and flows. I've seen milk when I started go from $2.79 a gallon to now I think it's like $3.29.
Oh man.
Come on, you know.
And guess what? Once it goes up, it ain't going back down.
Coming back down.
You know that. That's like the salaries in the NFL. Once they go up, they ain't coming back down.
I'm gonna have to give.
Yep. Oof.
Bully, guess
Well,
where?
go get some coffee at Just Love Coffee and
There
food
you go.
and everything. It's awesome. The
McEwen North.
Yep.
Yeah, McEwen North. Bully, guess where Dawn Davenport was last weekend?
No, 2 weekends ago.
Two weekends ago.
She was at the Q's.
That's right.
Syracuse
I saw
and
it.
Miami.
I saw her. She asked Coach, is he gonna go take a bath? She went viral. Dawn went viral.
No, I think we should say Fran Brown went viral.
Nah, you asked the question though. You were, witty enough to know, like, look, Coach, you gonna take a shower? I get washed.
He is
Tell him a little bit about
character.
Fran. Tell us. So I met Coach Fran Brown, Syracuse head coach, in April. Cause I was talking junk before, with Dino last. Like, stop putting Syracuse on TV. It's terrible. They're getting 40 burgered like 5 weeks in a row, and then I went viral for that. And I hadn't been on campus probably since 2017. They had the 07 team back.
Since 2017?
Yeah,
Dude, I would have you back all the time talking about defense.
They're not that smart, but Fran Brown was.
Fran Brown is.
He reached out to alums, so I went to check things out, and then I was doing my camp tour. I worked with Eddie for a week this year at TSU, and then I went up and I worked with Syracuse for a week, and it's been like I would literally be in meetings, like these are team meetings, and he'll say something, I'll bust out laughing, and I gotta check myself because he's for real. But it's so fun. I was like, I can't believe he just said that. So
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
There's no filter on Fran Brown.
not at all.
I will say this. I do worry that no filter might get him fired one day.
Hey.
But, man, those players love him.
And you know what? I feel like in this day and age, it's what's that Eminem song? You only get one shot.
Lose yourself.
Lose yourself in the moment, and that's where he is.
I mean, he's like, I don't care. And this is what I love about him. You know me, I love authenticity.
Yeah.
That dude is as authentic as you can get, And I mean, there's a lot of things he shared with us that we would never share publicly, because there's no filter at all.
We'll see how this plays out.
But here's the deal. Those
He'll be able
players
to
love
attract
him.
players, yeah.
He will. And listen, Tennessee fans, you should want to hear about Fran Brown because you guys have Syracuse to open up the year next season
That's right.
in Atlanta. If he can get a quarterback, watch out. And listen, I'm not putting it past Fran Brown that he won't be able to find a quarterback.
All right,
that's for sure.
I want to go to
They're
that
already
game.
looking at Georgia. Don't. They're not worried about Syracuse.
That's right.
I want to
week
go to that
3,
game
Georgia.
with Bully and Slay Dog.
I'm gonna be in the house. I'm gonna be in the house.
Slade just gave him a look.
Hey,
Listen,
look, I told you they already thinking to Georgia, the third game of the year next year.
No.
I don't want to see. I didn't even want to talk about this until they were done with what they got going on right now.
Babsy, listen. The last 3 or 4 matchups between schools haven't really gone bullying them way. I'm just saying, whatever field of sport it may be, I'm just saying.
Part of all that.
We're just gonna show up. How about that?
See, and I'm gonna make sure I'm somewhere near my dog, so this can be vlogged and noted exactly what's going on.
It's gonna be fun.
We need to go. It's in Atlanta. Okay, let's plan this now. We need our show live there. Then we
right
can
down the
all go to
street.
the game. Bully's with us.
Maybe we'll
there
do
we
a
go.
caravan.
That's right.
Hey, I like
all
that.
in. Well, good. I'm glad that you're back at Syracuse, and I can't believe that prior to Fran that you weren't back since
lot of guys.
2017.
A lot of guys.
Was that a
back.
Dino thing? Like he just didn't care? Some coaches don't have the time, they feel, to reach out to alumni and forget how important it is.
I'm not gonna put it all on Dino because I know for a fact when Doug Marrone, he was there, he was kind of the same way. And look, I don't know what that is, but I do know that you miss out on things. Like, how you not going to recruit Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Right.
You know what I mean? How you not going to recruit a lot of, like, one of my boys, his son is the #1 linebacker in Texas, and he's going to Ohio State to play linebacker. And he reached out to Syracuse like, yo, what's up? And so that stuff is getting corrected. And I actually did learn from actually Albert Hainsworth and like some guys on like UM and, you know, that speak up when they see their college program, you know, is not doing the right thing. I remember Albert was very vocal when whatever the poor coach, Albert was killing him.
Yeah.
He was killing him. And then.
Which one was it?
Pruitt.
Yeah, Pruitt.
Okay, Pruitt, yeah.
And then, like, you know, to be
I'm like,
honest,
there's a couple it could have been.
but then the AD and people like that, you have to start listening when people that come from, you know, alumni that meant something to the program start speaking in a manner like that. They're like, hey, cut that out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got to do your job. So me speaking up, I'm not going to say that was thing, but I'm glad I did.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, and Heupel's done a good job at Tennessee,
Yeah,
too,
1000%.
of pulling those alumni back in, too, that maybe
1000%.
weren't there.
Because it was the same thing.
The Pruitt days.
It was the exact same thing. They wasn't welcoming the door. And listen, I'm talking as a basketball player, but with football ties, like when you walk in there, you know exactly where to go. You know where the head coach office is. It was all being bypassed and going around the back way to go to the training office, holler at McVay, holler at Chad Newman, maybe sneak in the weight room, holler at them. But we wasn't messing with no coaches, dog. It was crazy.
For sure. And the kids really like take to it. Like when I left this fall, when I left Syracuse, I left my number. I'm like, reach out. And like now they're in a different space, right? So, you know, when I spoke to them, I talked to them about, you know, football, but then also the business. Like I've been in business the last 10, 12 years. And with NIL, these kids have other interests. It's not like you just go to school to X's and O's and trying to, you know, so I get texts about those things. And, you know, so it's pretty cool to see the landscape and how it differs. I wonder how our guy, Belichick is going to navigate those waters.
We'll talk about that when we come back.
It's going to be fun.
Brett Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, Keith Bullock with you at Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs. We'd love to see you out here. Again, we'll be broadcasting live until 5:20. So the last giveaway will be in that 5 o'clock segment. Just heads up there. 3:45, 4:45. Of course, we got the Wash Away Toast presented by Miller Lite. Ron Slay's Wash Away Toast at 4:45 as well.
I'll be here for that.
A lot to do.
Hello, me.
Bully just said he's going to be here the whole time. So there you go.
Special guest for the Wash Away Toast.
Yes, and when we come back, we'll talk about that Bill Belichick thing. He announced as UNC head coach. He did his press conference today, and he was pretty funny, actually. He at one point he said, sorry for the long-winded answer to a short question, but you guys know how much I love doing press conferences, and everybody laughed. More next. 3HL broadcasting live from Buffalo Wild Wings. Our special guest, Keith Bullock here in Cool Springs, 104.5 The Zone.
All of this college football talk. God, there's some fun bowl games. There's some fun playoff games. And, of course, there's a championship game coming up. And if you haven't jumped in with Zen Sports, the newest sports book here in Tennessee, now is a phenomenal time to go ahead and do it. So last month they did this big game sweepstakes where you could win a grand prize of tickets to the Super Bowl. And everybody loved it. So what did they do? They were like, let's do a college edition. Heck yeah. The big game sweepstakes college edition going on now. Grand prize gets $10,000 cash and 2 VIP tickets to the college football championship game, or $15,000 cash as an alternate prize. How do you enter on Zen Sports? It's easy. Download the app. Earn entries for every bet you place. Earn an entry for every dollar you wager. And if you like parlays, you can earn 10 times the entry for every parlay. How fun is that? Zen Sports, taking care of you. Go ahead, download the app. Go to zensports.com if you want more info and start betting with Zen Sports. Zen Sports, where betting just got better. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Qualifying wager. For wager entry, must have minimum odd for any leg of the entry of at least minus 250 or worse American odds. For clarity, a wager at minus 251 odds does not qualify. Head to zensports.com/sweepstakes for contest terms and conditions. You got to be 21 and older and in Tennessee to bet.
3HL 104.5 The Zone Thursday edition. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay with you. Our special guest here at Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs is Keith Bullock. Bully, what up?
I'm here. That's me.
Up, Bully.
I'm trying to be cool like y'all. Y'all all got a little thing. I think like the She Gone one. That's
You got one. You got one too.
That's on my it's on a different episode.
No, that.
See?
Get what?
That's tough right there. I like that.
Yeah.
We be in this.
Yeah, come on, boy. I knew he couldn't resist. See, all I gotta do is get around my dog. He can go on and be the business owner all he wants to. When I get around, we going up.
I like it.
All the way up.
I like
How did you guys end up consuming Titans road games together?
Yeah.
I think it was like last year.
Yeah.
We just realized that let's get together for the game. Like, I was
Smoke a
like, what do
cigar.
you do? Yeah, smoke a cigar, drink a little wine.
And then it was also like a trade off. You know what I mean? Because I like to try to sit around people that know the game.
Yes.
And so I was like, man, Bull, I can just soak up the game while watching it with you. And I'm talking about he pointing things out. Dog.
I know.
It's lucky we ain't got a clicker.
Yeah.
Because if we had a clicker, me and Bullet been there for about 3-4 more hours.
I'll give him I'll give him a different way to see
So do.
something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like he could bring a different perspective to the show. Like Don is very in tune. I just try and get my guy Slay up to par.
I always sidle up next to you at training camp. And you're like, here's what they're going to do, and we'll stay in the end zone. And you'll be like, here's what they're going to do, here's what the coverage is, and not naming names, but like, this guy doesn't know how to cover, he's never been taught well.
Yeah, you could see, and it's
And boy, that played up.
man, that's funny.
Can't hide it. It's
Hey, man, we'll get to Belichick, but you got like 1, 2, 3 things to fix this 3-10 mess they got going over there?
There's nothing to fix it. There's nothing to fix it. It's not fixable. But the thing is, right? I think the best thing is like you could minimize mistakes, but it has to be universal. You feel me? Like the defense, last week, all right, we laid an egg against Washington. All right, let's come back and rectify the situation. They played well against Jacksonville, as they should have. The offense, they came out lackadaisical. How you only score 6 points against the worst offense in the league is beyond me. Now I'm joking, but it's like that's tough. That's tough when you had opportunities at some point. You got to make a play. Somebody's got to make a play, even on defense. I'm sure, when it was crunch time in the fourth quarter, like one of us has got to make a play, because I know that was like my mentality. Like if the offense isn't going to get it done, we'll get it done on defense. So I just would love to see a game this year where the Titans like seriously click on all three phases.
As a defensive player, would you be thinking a certain kind of way? Like if you guys give up 10 points in an NFL game and lose, is there a frustration level there?
Yeah, for
towards
sure.
the offense not doing their part?
I don't know, because you look at it, it's not like they didn't try.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All
It's
you
not
can do
like
is your job.
Yeah, all you can do is your job. Now, if it's like 3 weeks in a row, now we got an issue. Like, yo, what's up? You know what I mean?
Now Big Jeff's like, I'm tired of seeing my quarterback squirming on the ground.
Well, now let's see if they keep him upright, this week. Because, look, I do know one thing. The mic is always in Jeff's face, and he's going to have to answer the hard questions. And there comes a point in time when you're not playing bad, when you're not playing well. So I've been on 2 rebuilds, right? We are 4-12, 5-11, and then we got Vince Young. But then when I actually first got here, my second year, we were 7-9. So it was like a slight rebuild. And I think once you get the pieces in place, it's just a matter of how fast they gel. Because we started off 1-4 that year, that we went to the AFC Championship game, and we got Lance Schulters that year. We got Tank Williams. I was a first-year starter. So all of those things had to factor in. I just think with this team right here, I don't understand why the expectations were so high, because it's not like Callahan and his regime inherited anything. At least when Vrabel got here, they had went to the playoffs, won a playoff game. You had starting quarterback as a backup and Ryan Tannehill, Mason Rudolph, not a first-round draft pick, you know what I mean? And Bill,
not a starting quarterback.
Yeah, either. And like Vrabel, Callahan is a first-year coach. I just think Vrabel had more on the shelf. You know, he had a Taylor Leron, he had a Kevin Byard, he had a Marcus Mariota at the time, he had a Derrick Henry. You know, so he had things there. So, you know.
By the way, for anybody that wasn't around for Bully's time too, Bully was the guy that always had the mic in his face, because every single time when I was working in local news, I'm like, well, Bully will talk. There we go.
I see some of Jeff's frustration too. It's very familiar.
Oh yeah.
At what point did you get comfortable with that role? Like, just the mics are coming to this guy. Was that at Syracuse, or did you just have to adapt into that here?
I mean, I speak well.
Well, I mean, you were a truth teller too. You don't talk to you. You were a truth teller too.
Yeah, definitely. And people think, you know, athletes get media trained. No, we don't. So when you just lose a game and you have all these emotions, and then somebody comes asks you a question, like, the world was honest with me from birth, so I know nothing but to be honest. So it's just, I don't think my responses are bad. They're just real. You know, I don't know how else to put it. And then there comes a point in time where they're at now, there's nothing really to talk about. And when you're in that position, I remember Marcus Robinson at the time, he was a teammate of mine, and then he worked in the front office. I think he worked with Floyd. And then he goes to me one of those years, I think it had to be the first year, we were 5-11. He's like, you play too hard, you know, to not hold other people accountable. And, you know, that's when, you know, I really took that to heart.
Yeah.
And I just held people accountable. Like, do your job. Like, if you're not going to do your job, get somebody else in here to do it. And I played the bad guy. And, you know, with doing that, I had to make sure I was doing my job. And it seems like Big Jeff is doing his job. But sometimes, man, all that nice guy, nice teammate stuff, I didn't suck, but our team sucked. So that means we all suck.
There you go.
So, you know, let's get the suckers out of here. And those who really want to ball, let's get to it. And you have to have people with you. I had Albert. Albert didn't want to lose, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I had guys on the team that really wanted to win. And this is, I would say, more so when we had Vince Young and Lindell and we were like younger, you know. But yeah, you need to get those guys that are going to hold other people accountable, and I think they have it on defense anyway with Amani Hooker and Big Jeff and Arden Key and some of those guys.
Keith Bullock with us on 3HL.
So when I came into the preseason, watching the roster that they put together. You see what it was. I also thought that, man, we one injury away from trying to figure out how do you get this thing back on the right track. But not taking that into account because you got all 22 there, you ready to roll. I think it was a facade, you know what I mean? And I can admit that now because you got to think all the new parts that are coming together, whether it be coaching staff, whether it be players, whether it be who's the leader. I ain't never heard this voice before, you know, people that have been outed before. So how long does it take, Bully, to turn the corner in this situation with a new staff, with new guys? And what you have this year, hopefully you got a nucleus in your young guys. You know what I'm saying? Right. They can nurture them and grow. And then you go into the second year of those guys, and you got Brownlee, you know, all these new guys that you got. But how long does it take for you to get into the cockpit and be able to fly this ship?
I would say by next year you should see some. I would think so because you're taking your lumps now. How many times you want to get your face kicked in? Right. You know what I mean? Until you get the message that the coach is relaying. Because what I can say that I've noticed about this team is you didn't know what type of offense there was in the beginning of the year. So now you can see a little continuity. You see, okay, how they get their run game. They can get the run game going to generate the pass game or vice versa. So you can see how there's cohesion there. Now you want to see a little more cohesion in the red zone, you know, because I feel like, you know, since we're talking about it last week, They started running the ball, was very effective. They got the touchdown on Pollard's run. You got the hold. Now it's 1st and 15. You could still run the ball. I think they ran once, and then they actually got a penalty, so they got another set of downs. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm not questioning it in sort of sense like, why didn't you? I just feel like there were opportunities to do that because the O-line felt like they were dominating. Yeah, they were in a rhythm, and they could have, as a group, felt like they're winning the war in the trenches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think you took that opportunity away from them, and I think that the offensive line gets a little more shaky when it's time to pass, when it's time to, snap. Because it's like, as a defensive captain, when you call a zero blitz on 3rd and whatever, and you look in the DBs, because they're right across from me like Don, and you see that corner's eyes get this big when you call, it's like, man, cover 2. You can't play that. Cover 2. He about to get bombed. But that comes with experience. So I say about a year or so you should see it. And if you don't see it, then you have to go to specifics. And y'all can ask those questions.
3:45 segment coming up. Our giveaways are a pair of Titans Bengals tickets, a large Oilers flag, and a $50 Kroger gift card. All you need to do is get here to Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs and get your name in the box.
Put your name in the box.
4:45, the Miller Lite Ron Slay Wash Away Toast. Free 16-ounce Miller Lite draft beer if you are here.
Can't wait.
16?
Yeah. They moved it down to 16.
Oh, well, that's a little shot glass now, then.
What was it before?
Well, it's been 16. It's been 16 the last couple of weeks.
I thought we got to 22.
Yeah, a little birdie was concerned about you having to drink a 22-ouncer.
What?
Hey, we're good with
Tell that
16.
little birdie, now tell it. That have been what's going on with my mic?
I know. I don't know.
Sylvester the
I
cat
thought
should
it
have
was
been
my
a guy.
headphones.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Kirby, turn me up, Kirby, where I ain't got a screen.
Oh, Lord.
Turn me up.
No, I'm not up, Kirby. I'm telling you, I can't hear myself. I'm
I
hearing
hear
everybody
you.
else. Y'all hear good.
Oh, yeah.
Loud and clear.
This is what I'm telling you. Tell that little birdie, my middle name is Sylvester. You know what happened to Tweety, don't you?
He's going to eat that little
Man,
bird.
keep playing around. Keep on playing around. Bring me Tweety, little birdie.
Giveaways. People were suggesting in the chat this week that you needed to because there's so much to wash away.
No, I was going to go in there and break open the beer stand in Nissan since we was in there and start spraying down the stadium. You know what I mean? Like the Ghostbusters did
And
outside.
just wash it all away.
Yeah, man. You got to get all this filth off there, man.
Ugh.
Giveaways.
Stadium needed a rinse away.
There you go. Giveaways in the 4:45 segment: a pair of Titans Bengals tickets, an extra large Titans dry fit T-shirt, $50 Kroger gift card, and then in the 5 o'clock segment, another giveaway: a pair of Titans Texans ticket, and I think Babs has something to give away in the 5 o'clock
I
hour
do.
as well.
That would be tickets to see the Titans host the Bengals as well.
Oh, yeah. They can come on over there party with me first.
And 2 tickets to the Titans VIP tailgate.
Oh, that's right. And you go to the tailgate.
I'll let you down yet. And then what's going to happen after the tailgate, I have no control. But in the tailgate,
control what you can control.
and I can control that. I'm all in over there. We're going up. I'm telling you.
Bully, what is your opinion about Will Levis? Do you think he's the quarterback of the future? You roll with him in 2025?
That's a great question. And you know what? I'm glad I don't have to answer that for real.
Your job doesn't rely on it.
There are 4 more games.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, right? So the rhetoric has been, since he's come back from the, sitting out, he's had a solid 4. I would say last week, taking a step back. I'm not like Washington was fine because you know what I'm saying, whatever. Last week it was a step back, and I'm a believer, and I understood what Coach Callahan meant by like let it play out. Whereas I feel what everyone else is doing, it's like game to game. Oh, stick a fork in them after week 3 or after week, you know what I mean? Whereas we say let it play out, it's almost like, okay, what? And hold on, let me put this in before I go through it. Even if the Titans win, give them the first 2 games. They win the first 2 games. They're still 5 in whatever they are,
10, yeah.
And it's still looking the same, right? So that being said, Will Levis has to show much more improvement these next 4 games. Like, he has to play with confidence. He has to play like he wants to be the starting quarterback for next year. And I'm not saying that he doesn't want to, but ultimately It's on him. Like I was a first-round draft pick. I didn't start until my third year, so it was definitely my second year. I don't walk around thinking I'm a bust. Like, yo, what's going on? You know what I mean? But what kept me afloat, I get in the game and I would make plays, whether it's a tackle, a few tackles on special teams, an interception, a pass deflection. So I knew mentally, I kept me in it because, okay, I could play. I'm just not getting the opportunity. So then when I got the opportunity, first game against Philly, I ain't really do nothing. I'm like, oh, man, I'm just out here. But then the next game, you know, the 14 tackle, like, and then it like, okay, now, you know what I mean? So Will Levis, like every other athlete, you got to go out there and believe in yourself. And if he's playing like to the best of his ability right now, I don't see him as being the guy next year if he's playing to the best of his ability. And ultimately, it falls on him. So, unfortunately, y'all have to cut. Well, it's your job. Y'all have to talk about this every day. You know what I mean? So you got to figure out how you're going to attack it. But this is just what I see. Well, three of us have been athletes. And, you know, in order to get on the court or the field, you put your best foot forward. And now when you're up there, you got to keep your spot. Like my mentality, when I moved from safety to linebacker, my roommate was like, look, they could bring the best linebacker in the country more explicit, but they can't take our spot. You know, nobody could take. So that was always my mentality since 19. No one's taking my spot, but I'm going to take somebody's spot. Guaranteed. Now, when you got the spot, what do you do with it? So, you know, that's the question. That's on Will Levis.
It looks like since the injury and he stood on the sideline and kind of watched, it looks like the game slowed down to him.
Yeah.
Prior to the injury, he looked like the Tasmanian devil. And I keep going back to Slay's point, and I didn't think about this in the moment, but I thought it was a good one. Like, why did it take that long? Like, why didn't he come into the season with the game slowed down? Like, why did he have to go through throwing underhand passes to the other team and chest passes to his teammates? And
well, I think
it's crazy. You have a whole off season where you know you're the guy.
Right. So maybe the guy to him is something different. You know, the guy to him is, you know, he's got to make everything happen. You know, now being a starter, for a full-time starter for the first year, new coach, new coordinator, he's feeling like, yo, everything is on me. And I don't know how he was at Kentucky or Penn State or wherever he was before, but if he feels he's the guy, then he feels he has to make it happen. He probably did that in high school somewhere and it worked. Yeah. That's the only reason. Yeah. And the thing that kind of concerned me was when the whole rearranging your brain. Why are you thinking like that anyway?
Yeah, I think he was like that his senior year at Kentucky. I think he felt like because the offensive line was garbage, he didn't have as many weapons. I think he felt like he had to. It was his job to do it all.
Hero ball.
Y'all are on it. I mean, y'all hitting the nail on the head. If I was a little cartoon, the little light bulb would be dinging on top of my head right now. If I was Fester Adams, who my son is trying out for in the play, shout out to Fester Adams, I could put a light bulb in my mouth. And you ought to see him. I could put a light bulb in my mouth and it pop on right now. That's how much electricity is going through my body right now because what y'all saying. And that's what I said last week. Maybe it's just him. And maybe this who we seeing right now is him masking him being back in the back of the class, not acting up no more, but selling Bullock. Throw something at her. I'm telling you, everybody gonna laugh. It ain't him doing it. Yo, throw your pencil up there. Watch this. Watch what everybody do.
That actually
It's not actually him doing it no more. Now he's out there manipulating everything, and it's masked. The grades are still the same. That's all I'm saying. Maybe it's him. I'm just saying maybe it's him.
The counter argument of
I let all y'all say
maybe he realized, oh crap, I almost cussed there. I can't be that guy. I can't take it all on myself.
Yes.
I have to be better.
Yes.
I have to do it differently because he's been different in his press conferences. He's been different on the field. He's been different from, I think, a leadership,
so you saying that's not really him.
Standpoint.
No, I'm saying if that's the case, and maybe he can't be that no more, will we ever get to see what his ceiling is?
Oh.
Because he can't. What he gonna all of a sudden bust out and be like, after 24 years, I'm a new me. That ain't what got you here. It's hard to change.
I think there's an in-between, though. You're saying there's You are who you are. That's it.
Ooh,
I think there's an in-between.
at that spot, that's a tough spot right there.
More on with this discussion when we come
like
back.
what we
Also, his offensive line stinks.
Yeah, it always has.
Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs. That's where we are. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, Keith Bullock. Bully is here. Come by and meet him and see us. We'll be here live until 5:20. Giveaways coming up next. Stay tuned. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, y'all, man? Big Slay coming to you, and I want to talk to all the men listening out there right now. I got something for you. It's going around the Christmas time, too. So you lacking a little energy, you falling asleep on the couch in the evenings, you're not all the way there. When you roll out the bed, your feet hit the ground, you're not ready to go. It's time for you to get in the game, people. Change it. Call it time out. Get over to GameDayMen'sHealth.com and let them test your T levels, man. I'm telling you right now, 1 in 4 men age 30 and older experience it, that the percentage increases as you age. Low testosterone, weight loss issues, peptide therapy, and more. 2 Nashville locations are here to serve you, Green Hills and Hendersonville. I stroll by there every Wednesday. And guess what? Here's the best part of it. Your consultation and lab work to find out what's going on in your body is completely free. You're under no obligation to move forward if you don't think the right fit for you. Go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com to find information and the 2 area locations that I told you about. Book the appointment right now online. No reason to delay. Get started today. Get in the game with GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
It is football time in Tennessee. Where are you catching all the college playoffs and pro games this season? Scoreboard Bar and Grill is where you need to be. Scoreboard Opry near Opry Mills Mall in Donaldson, open and warm. Come check out their brand new football menus. They've got new food and drink items that are sure to impress anyone. Some of the best hot chicken, slow-smoked ribs, and barbecue. The coldest beer, the largest Bushwhacker selection in Nashville, and plenty of free parking. Scoreboard Bar and Grill has its own built-in party. Scoreboard has tons of TVs. They'll have all of your favorite games on with full sound, including all of the pro football and college football games that you need. There is a big one coming up in the college world this weekend, Army-Navy. That'll be fun. Stick around after the games and enjoy all of the entertainment at Scoreboard Bar and Grill. Plan your New Year's Eve with a Styx tribute band at Scoreboard Opry, and Nashville Palace will have Spasmatics on stage, both rocking you into 2025. Follow Scoreboard on their socials for New Year's Eve ticket details and more. Scoreboard, the place to party this holiday season.
I don't know about this.
Welcome back into
choice.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Sammy, what are we listening to?
You know, I had to bring it back to the 90s for a second.
There's much better 90s
Sam, we done gave
to
you
bring
so
back.
many props on your DJing skills.
Yeah.
No,
This is
who
Backstreet
this?
Boys?
Or one of them.
Who is
Backstreet
this? NSYNC?
Boys.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Okay.
Oh, they live here. I should be nice.
No, we ain't. No, that's no. We had enough of them.
We're supportive.
Yeah, they did their thing. All right, get on
No,
my
when we take
I'm
it
never
back to the
playing that
90s.
for a girl.
There's a lot of 90s.
Yeah, take it back to 90s rap, Sammy.
we'll
Come
take
on.
it.
Hey,
That's
you know, I'm
the golden
usually
era.
there, but I'm here in the studio by myself. It kind of fit the vibe, you know?
She was in the moment.
I see. She
Hey,
brought the
I know
moment on
Mayor loves it.
Daydreaming.
Mayor loves the Backstreet Boys.
Absolutely. Nick Carter and the guys, they're still rolling. I saw him do the Light the Christmas Tree thing in New York the other night.
Oh,
on,
yeah.
Probably
Trust
had a
me.
Backstreet Boy
NBC.
haircut.
See?
Yeah, I know.
You remember when I was on the morning show and I was like, oh, are they still together? I got killed
Vision.
Yeah.
by women Backstreet Boy,
yeah.
super fans.
Yeah.
How could you not know
Oh,
that?
they're going to start tweeting us now, and
Yep.
yeah, I'm gonna
Sorry,
go
guys.
ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and pay the fine. I played golf with Nick Carter one time, and I was telling him, man, hopefully I don't lose my voice so I can do sports talk radio for a long time. And he was like, and he did some little dance on the green, and he was like, I'll never lose my dance moves.
Awesome.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Shout out to Page High School
Yeah,
football
most
that is
definitely,
here
man.
at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay, got Tennessee commit in the building.
Brandon Ames.
I don't know if they can hear us.
I
See,
just
that's what I'm saying. Come on, Curb. I don't know nobody can hear us, Curb, man.
all Tennessee commitments put their hands up.
Oh, we only got one. Wait, we got a Louisville commitment over there. We got a Louisville.
Eric Hazard's over there.
Throw your L's up, okay.
So Eric Hazard used to play travel baseball with my middle kid Will, and my man was hitting bombs at 10.
Mr. Football.
I'm sure he was hitting them before then, but that's when I saw him.
Okay.
But my man was hitting bombs at 10 when most kids can't, reach the outfield. But
I hope we didn't get you guys in trouble. I hope everybody knows you're here. Hopefully, your parents all know you're here, right?
so
They're going to be swarming outside,
we got a
man.
Tennessee commit, a Mr. Football. We got all kinds of things going on here.
Congratulations, fellas.
Buffalo Wild Wings here in Cool Springs. Keith Bullock is here. Bullock.
I am.
Do y'all want to keep going on the Will Levis conversation?
Where do we finish off?
No, I'll tell you where we finished off. I said it's him masking who he is, and if he's masked, then how can he reach his ceiling? And let me say this: how can he reach his ceiling with the Titans? Now it may be gold. We've seen it. It's plenty of guys that have I was gonna say transferred. Plenty of guys that have been traded or got free agency and picked up by other teams, and boom, a spark hits, which a lot of times it does. I think I'm always the one in year 3, whether it be high school, pros, college, whatever it is. By the time you're a junior in whatever field you're in, that's when it ought to be hitting. You ought to see all the potential. We're not there with Will Levis. It may happen somewhere else, but in this system, the coach is not going nowhere. And if we got to muzzle him and put a governor on him, woo, that man like to ride high speed, man, popping the clutch and going.
By your analogy, he's still only a freshman. So
No, I didn't say that. No. I say that. No, you're a sophomore.
how?
What you
A
mean,
sophomore
how?
would be 2 seasons, right?
Yeah, the same reason that led me into giving him big prop coming out of the training camp and into the regular season, because I said, man, the flashes that we saw last year against Miami when the offensive line was bad, against Atlanta when the offensive line was bad,
Still bad.
against the Steelers when the offensive line was bad. It was bad all last year. So I was like, okay, well, you
That's
get
a
some
full
new
season?
Man, Bullet, me personally, I've been in situations where I played half a year. Hell yeah, I'm counting that. I'm counting mine as a full season, because if I got the opportunity to get out there and make something of it, man, count me, book me, call the agent right now.
I feel you. So I would say, I got to say,
So
he's
how
still
how much time do we need?
a quarterback in the NFL.
A quarterback in the
Look,
NFL.
I don't. You could have your
This is your
one
franchise. This is your franchise.
You could have your one breakout season. Then they're gonna take They're gonna take a second to adjust to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You see it happening with C.J. Stroud right now, right? So then you can play through it. But I say this is his first. And look, he has 4 games, right? He has 4 more games left. And at the end of the day, I want to see him succeed just because I don't want to see him fail.
Don't get me twisted.
I'm not saying that. But at the same time, I know it's hard to play this position, and there are no passes. You got to make plays. You got to make plays, and like I said before, what I will say though is I think Will Levis is still growing into who he's gonna be. I don't think he's there yet. I think he's still growing. And look, there comes some look in the like you got to look at the man in the mirror, you know, because the coach is calling the plays. Not everybody's 100% on point. But you got to go out there and execute. And people could talk about my boy Vincent Paul Young all they want, but he went out there and he made plays. Yeah. He made plays at the end of the day. And Will Levis has shown that he can, so that's all he needs to do. Go out there, make plays, and lead the team. Don't worry about the special teams. Don't worry about do you.
Yep.
Like, you got to, like how you said, he's masking. Yep. Well, take the mask off, son. Take the mask off.
And that right there is the scary part for me, because if that mask come off,
he's got to.
Listen, I said that. I'd rather him crash out than go in third gear. Man, drop that thing in 6, pop the clutch and go. I don't care what you want. Turn the music up. I said it on the morning show. Turn the music up when you're flying off the cliff, jamming.
Car ain't got no roof.
The car ain't got no roof, had it. Turn it. Yeah, car ain't got no roof. Going off the cliff. Car ain't got no roof.
Or
Paige me in the city. What's up, Paige? Well, you see my boy ain't going off the cliff with me. That's what I'm saying. But you see that? That's a good time going off the cliff. Not with the governor, and we know the cliff is right there. We just in third, and now we got to sit here and think like,
you want to go like this?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I want to tip over. I want to go rocket ship. That's all I'm saying.
Evel Knievel.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Because we'll never get to see it, is all I'm saying, man.
Or maybe he has just learned how to control his emotions a little bit better than he ever has. Because that was my concern with him from the get-go, is that he's too emotional. He doesn't know how to control his emotions.
So, you know what? On that, and his last press conference after the game, you saw him answering the questions. He's rolling his tongue in his mouth. He's chewing down, clenching his jaw. Like, you could see, like, there was some emotion there. Maybe some frustration, and the only way to rectify that is get your ass out there on the field and play ball. So maybe the mask is coming off. He's learning to.
I'm with that.
Look, he got 4 games to do whatever he's going to do. He got 4 games. Whatever it is we're trying to. He's got 4 games.
Sam Darnold do it somewhere else.
Or he might not even have 4. They might have already made up their mind. We don't know.
I just hope he shows out.
You can't. Let me say this. You can win over in the court of public opinion too. Right. So he do got 4 games for us as fans watch.
So like we're all like, so for me, I'm like, look, Brian Urlacher, the Chicago Bears are coming to town. Oh, I'm going to be the best linebacker on the field. Ray Lewis and the Ravens are coming to town. I'm going to be the best linebacker. You know what I mean? So now he's getting these these team matchups.
Well, that's interesting.
With quarterbacks that, he's not going against Tom Brady.
Right.
Or
Joe
Burrow. But he just had Daniels. He had Stroud. He had Burrow. Like, that's something like, what's up? I'm trying to show everybody that I'm the guy here, and if not, I'm one of the. But you're always trying to prove that.
You're supposed to.
At least. Time for our first giveaway. So if you are here at Buffalo Wild Wings, make sure you get your name in the box so you can be eligible to win. We'll do another giveaway segment at 4:45 and at 5 o'clock. Zeph has winners. Zeph, let's start with the $50 Kroger gift card.
Bill Smith.
I told y'all Bill Smith wins every single time.
Didn't you get a gift card last time?
Yes. Y'all better get him. Y'all ain't gonna challenge Bill. Bill's gonna keep winning.
We got it.
He wins it.
Bill Smith, give it to Bill.
Bill Smith needs to play the lottery a lot. Oh, they said he didn't win the lottery. Yeah, you can win here, but not the lottery. Large Oilers flag, Zeph.
Charles Mullins.
Charles Mullins. All right, there's Charles.
What up, Charlie?
Where's Ecky Bob?
Come on, Bob.
What? He just popped up. Like from.
Bob just
hiding behind the bench.
All right, this is for a pair of Titans Bengals tickets.
Come on, Zeph. Come on.
Show linguist.
I think the first name is Grayson. What's your last name? What's your last name? Yeah, that's you. That's an S.
I think he talked you into this. All right, Titans Bengals tickets goes to Grayson Chisholm over there off the page football.
I did find it.
Hey, Grayson, which teammate are you going to take to the Titans Bengals game? He's going with his boy Hazard, it looks like. All right, more 3HL coming up. Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs. Keith Bullock with us here. That's what I was talking about. There apparently is a Tennessee volunteer ticket takeover going on with regard to the Ohio State matchup in the shoe.
Or they're trying.
Yeah,
That's what it said.
there was a site that gave the Ohio State code for their season ticket people.
Oh, boy.
And apparently a bunch of Tennessee people were doing that. And so as a part of this thread, the guy was like, "Tell us where your seats are." And it was like just a slew of Tennessee fans saying where they were sitting in the shoe. So should be interesting night game at Ohio State.
Awesome.
More 3HL. We'll get into college football with Bully. We will get into Bill Belichick getting into the college game. And I said the other day, you can never go home again, but two coaches are. And Dan Mullen to UNLV. Interesting choice there. More 3HL when we come back. Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs, 104.5 The Zone. Want to tell you about my friends at Brentwood Jewelry, 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. BrentwoodJewelry.com is the website. It's hard to believe the holiday season is here and Christmas is coming, man. Our friends at Brentwood Jewelry make Christmas shopping easy. As we all know, Christmas is a popular time for you to propose. It's also a time for giving to those that you love. Brentwood Jewelry can give you the experience that you want with a surprise gift of that dream ring that she's always wanted at a price that you can afford. Maybe you're looking for something custom and unique. You can consult with their custom designers or choose from their selection of fine jewelry, watches, engagement rings, or bring that priceless heirloom, have them transform that into a special gift that they can wear every day. Let them create a personalized piece that is unique to the person that you are giving the gift to. Again, Brentwood Jewelry is there for you. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for more than 50 years. 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Again, BrentwoodJewelry.com.
Stop letting high-interest debt weigh you down. Pay it all off in days thanks to Loan Pronto's new Rapid Equity Loan. Imagine a completely hassle-free way to cash out on your home equity with no appraisals, no paperwork, and no waiting for it. Yep, that's what Loan Pronto can do. And this rapid equity loan that they have uses AI-driven technology to go ahead and get you approved for cash out in as little as 1 day. One client got $100,000 approved in under 24 hours, wiped out debt, launched a home improvement project, is now saving over $1,000 a month. Instant approvals, low fixed rates, fast transfers. We got money out to do a big backyard project at our house with Loan Pronto, and it was awesome and easy. Call Loan Pronto now. See how much you qualify for. You can visit them, start the whole process online at loanpronto.com or call them 615-499-5780. loanpronto.com at 615-499-5780. Loan Pronto, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
afternoon. It is 4:05. I'm Joe Spadano live from Buffalo Wild Wings in Franklin. The Titans are back on the practice field today as they get set to host the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday. Tony Pollard, Otis Reese, Kenneth Murray all did not practice on Thursday for the Titans. Tyler Boyd, Nick Folk, Jeffrey Simmons, and Devondre Sweat all returned. J.C. Latham was limited. Tonight, Thursday Night Football, it's Rams at 49ers. Kickoff for that one at 7:15. You can catch Westwood One call of the game right here on The Zone. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once in your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone Thursday edition. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Hope you're having a great day. It'll be even better if you come by and see us. Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs. Come get some wings, get some Miller Lite draft beer. Consume the Ron Slade Miller Lite Wash Away Toast coming up at 4:45. Keith Bullock is here.
I am.
There we go. Bully ain't got no roof.
So that's the Bully song right there.
That's Slay's song.
Bully, Bully got his own intro.
Oh.
She keep giving that to Bully like, I know Bully my dog. Now he gonna ride with me too. So I mean, it's all
I'm
good.
in the passenger seat.
It's all good.
And if Ramon got passenger, I'm in the back seat.
We
It's all
rolling
good.
now. One thing we doing is rolling.
Don Davenport's here with the pink mic.
Let's go.
What up, Babs?
Bunkity bunk.
Babsy working in her college football responsibilities with a little 3HL and a trip to the airport. And
Busy time of year. I think I'm home like 2 days in the next 2 weeks.
Wow.
Getting it in.
do you remember the first time you went to Army Navy? It was me, you, and Mickey.
Yeah.
And we go into the airport, we go through security, and we're all talking about let's get something to eat or whatever. So Dawn and I sit down at the wine bar. Mickey goes over to Burger King, gets the kids' meal. Comes back. I'm like, I feel like we're parents.
It's like the parents with their kid.
Go get your little Happy Meal, and we'll be here with the red wine.
Yeah.
Ron Slade's here.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
Oh.
Hadn't heard this one in a while.
A while. Okay.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
I forgot you got all 3 days with that one.
Let's go, baby.
Bully, you brought this up a long time ago, and then we started talking about the Titans. But Bill Belichick announced as UNC head coach today. I watched the press conference. He's going to run it like a pro program.
That's interesting.
Okay. Can I just say?
Yeah.
That's what all the successful college programs are already doing, but whatever. Anyway, that's all right. I was just pointing to the ACC network. They have Louis Riddick on talking about Bill Belichick being hired by Carolina. But did you see the athletic director, too? Changed his suit jacket right before he introduced Bill?
Yeah, Bubba Cunningham.
Took it off. Put on the cut-off sleeve suit jacket just
That's
for
funny.
Belichick.
Bubba Cunningham said we're going all in on football and men's basketball. They pay for everything. That's what he said.
Ain't wrong about men.
I mean, he's right.
Yeah, ain't wrong at all.
Just need to see how this is going to play out.
He was asked
Did you
about.
have any? Sorry.
He was asked about it. So let me get through this part real quick, and then we'll roll with it. Organizational Bible. He was asked about that. Remember, they said that he had like this 400-page organizational Bible that he presented, and he said, "Don't believe everything you hear." And he said, like, if I had a 400-page organizational Bible, would I actually hand that over to someone?
Oh, that's a legit point. Right? Because I don't know if you're going to hire me yet or not. You might just take my Bible and
That's right.
get on.
Like Tony
makes a lot of
Franklin
sense.
selling the playbook to Kentucky high school coaches.
That guy is a clown.
That's crazy.
Shrapnel for Tony Franklin. The idea of coaching college football came to him this year, as he said about 24 college coaches reached out to him, asking him about how to handle a salary cap, 2-minute warning, or organizational situational stuff. So he said he had to do some research so he could help them, and then the idea of coaching college football came to him.
Did the idea of 17 to 20, working with 17 to 22-year-old kids, over 100 of them, at one time pop into his old ass brain? Respectfully.
Especially nowadays.
Well, and it's funny.
And you're moving around with a 20-some-year-old girl. That sounds more fun than coaching. Yeah. Sorry.
Sidetracked.
Did you run into him like in your playing career? Did you ever have like interactions with him?
Nope, I can't say that I have. Like, besides a high and by.
Nothing. Handshake at the end or something. Sure. Yeah.
He said, what did he say? It's a 5-year deal. He's never coached on the college level.
Coaching is coaching.
Coaching is coaching. This is where I was going. He was asked if he will dive into going into living rooms to sell prospects, and he talked around it.
Right, see?
And he said, well, most of recruiting is done on campus now, but I'll do what I need to do. And, I mean, he really talked around it.
Well, if I'm a dad and, like, you want my son, now I might need to see you in my living room. Like, how bad do you want? Yeah, you can send the GM. That's the GM. But you are the head coach. You're running the program. And, you know, what I do know with spending time, you know, around Coach George and Coach Brown is you could be as hard as you want, but you have to have some compassion. Like, you have to know how to have some compassion at the collegiate level, because at the end of the day, you could rip a player, but you have to know how to kind of keep him in it too. Whereas in the pros, you know, he could go to the GM, get me somebody else. It's not so much like that. So it's just going to be interesting, the temperament and how you handle that, because what I do know is, like, these coaches are kind of handcuffed in the sense of the way that they kind of discipline. They can't do the things that they did back in the day because players will go talk to compliance and say that they were being coached too hard. And that's a thing at the collegiate level. So
or then they just hop in the portal.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. A lot of challenges.
Do you have to show love before they can take the coaching? Like, do they have to know it's coming, like the hard coaching's coming from a good place?
Nah, you just know how to coach with, it's called tough love. So if you've never given it, and I'm sure he has, he's had to as a professional coach, because you just don't want to put every player in the tank. You know what I'm saying?
And you can't coach everybody the same.
Right, exactly. So of course he has some, you know, he's in tune to that. But you got to coach how you coach. That's how I feel. In order to be effective, you have to coach how you coach. You have other coaches to buffer some things. Maybe he has the coach that'll be like, don't worry about that, kid. That's just how coach is.
You know, kids are different, though, now.
It's like Pat Summit, Holly Warlick. That, like, good cop, bad cop.
Bad cop, yeah.
Yeah, you got to have that.
That's why that staff can be important. You got to always have somebody to bridge the gap to the kids, whether it be you so you can get out of the way and just be a manager, or if you're going to get down in it.
That's what I think his thought process and entire idea is. I'll manage the game. I'll, you know, deal with the football stuff. I'll basically serve as a GM kind of thing instead of a coach kind of thing. That's what it seems like.
Sometimes a kid is going to want to come talk to you.
That's okay. So that was my next thing. So how often did you have to see and converse with your college coach? Your college head coach, not your position coach.
Look,
it was a little different.
Yeah, it's different, man. If
Who
my
was your college head coach?
Paul Pasqualoni.
Oh,
He did not play no games, so it's like if I had to go see him, I didn't want to go see him. So it's like if I didn't see him, I knew I was doing good.
That Italian thing.
See, that's probably how Belichick would.
Yeah, but I was a weird, different kid. I was a '90s kid, so I didn't need nobody to hold my hand. I didn't need any, I didn't need any of that. You tell me what to do, and I'm going to do it. You tell me why I'm doing it wrong, then I'm going to try and fix it. That's just how we were. Like, nobody, all right, Dawn, now, when you're libero, I want you to, no, you know how to play. If you don't, then they're going to give you some coaching, and then you're going to get up to speed. You're going to
And
watch
if you
the people?
are, then
Right.
you ain't never going to play.
Get out
And
the
you're going to
way.
be gone
She ain't it.
eventually. Yeah.
I love it. 3HL broadcasting
It's gonna be
live from
fascinating to
Buffalo
watch.
Wild Wings in Cool Springs. Join us as we continue to broadcast live until 5:20 today. Stop by for your chance to win Titans tickets and other prizes each hour thanks to Miller Lite and Buffalo Wild Wings. Plus, $5 16-ounce drafts of Miller Lite in the house. The Watch Away Toast coming up at 4:45. Stay tuned. More on Bill Belichick. Got some high school players here. Slay asked the question in the last break, do you think these guys would want to play for them? So maybe we'll send Zeph over there
Oh, yeah.
and ask that question to these guys, see what they have to say. They're currently shooting spitballs at each other. So
Don't tell on them.
I'm just saying, like,
Look at
they're
you.
still young guys, right?
What do they call?
Having
What
a
do
good
they call
time.
you? What do they call those people? Narcs.
Knocks out ops.
All right, I'll hit the dump button. We'll be right back. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
What's happening, people? Big Slay coming to you. And I recently contacted We Grow Hair because, the sunroof was starting to show. And I said, you know what? Nah, I ain't going to sit back and just watch that happen. Yeah, you probably think I'm getting a little cocky, and maybe I am. But I'm watching myself just like you watch me, and I want to correct it. So slide on over there before everything goes all right. I'm going to PAI Medical, We Grow Hair. .com. You can lose up to 50% of your hair before you even notice it. Do what I did. Call right now for your free evaluation. 615-376-6010. For almost 30 years, We Grow Hair has been Nashville's premier hair restoration medical clinic. We Grow Hair's FDA-approved laser hair therapy plus antigen therapy, which is what I get, is going to restore your hair. They have a trademark hair transplant procedure that gives you 3 times more hair in one procedure. Losing your hair? Fix it. Go to WeGrowHair.com. Call 615-376-6010. That's 615-376-6010. Tell them Big Slay told you to go.
3HL 1045, the Zone Thursday edition. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, and Keith Bullock. Broadcasting live at Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs. We'll be here live until 5:20. Talking about Bill Belichick, and one of the questions that Bully kind of went down the path of 17 to 22-year-old kids, a little bit different than pro athletes, and how is Belichick going to be able to deal with that? Let's go to the phone, 615-737-1045. Matthew is next up on 3HL. Matthew, what's up?
What's up, my people? Merry Christmas. What's up, Mr. Monday Night? Hope y'all are having a good evening. Belichick answered that question today after his press conference. They said, how can a 72-year-old man relate to these young kids? He looked at him and said, have you seen my girlfriend?
Did he really say that?
He didn't
come on,
Hit him
man.
with that flex. Hit him with that flex.
He didn't say that.
That's funny,
but it is
though.
funny.
Hell of an announcer.
Thank you, brother. 615-737-1045.
I mean, what could you say to that?
1045.
Yeah.
What? Because he's not wrong.
He ain't wrong. Spot the lie, I guess.
Did his girlfriend go to North Carolina?
I have no idea.
That's a great question, too.
I mean, he was engaged to that lady that lives here forever.
Oh, yeah.
She was young, too, though, wasn't
Younger than him.
Younger, but not. She wasn't like
she? 22.
questionable young. Yeah.
Vegetable.
I think she still lives here.
Yeah. How old is he?
72, 73,
73.
75, 76.
How old is his girlfriend legit? In her 20s?
Yeah.
She got him wearing J's.
She is 24 years old.
That's saying a lot.
24. I just looked it up.
So he's almost 50 years older than her. Hey, that'll keep him young.
Now, you know what? Anytime you see an older
is
dude
disgusting.
with a younger girl, you could tell because he starts dressing different.
Yep, so do.
He started definitely, because I had.
It's the influence. It's the influence. It's the influence.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
615-737-1045 at 3HL 1045.
Somebody get this dude.
Who, Bully?
Yeah. We need to hurry up and get our wash away toes going.
So, a couple of these college football hires are interesting.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Can I just bring this up? Because I just saw the funniest thing on social media.
What?
Do you remember Adam Sandler? What's the movie where his girlfriend ends up with the old guy at Hooters?
That's whole balls.
Yeah. Yes. And she's like, yes.
Big Daddy.
Yeah. And then
Big
she's
Daddy.
like, Sid. His name was Sid, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, Sid has a five-year plan. And then Adam Sandler's like, what is it? Don't die? That's like and Carolina signed Bill Belichick to a 5-year deal. He's got a 5-year plan.
It is a 5-year plan. That's right.
There you go.
615-737-1045.
Sorry, go ahead. I got distracted
Scott in Nashville
by
next up
inappropriateness.
on 3HL. Scott, what's up?
Good afternoon, folks. How's everybody? Good. I got another little take on this thing. You know, Belichick may be on the right track. You know, you take a look at as a good college coach with a good program and a top-notch NIL, and you're always going to have a good quarterback. Whereas in the NFL, you can get stuck with a mediocre to bad quarterback. Take a look at the Titans. And basically, that's how Belichick got fired from New England. He didn't have a quarterback. Brady left. He left with nothing. They finally got the kid out of North Carolina. But now in college, you know, he can build around a quarterback. I mean, a lot of colleges have good quarterback. You look at what Alabama's done over the years with good quarterback. And, you know, if he's got some young coaches, a good NIL, he builds around that. He's a great defensive coach. It may be easier than being a pro coach. What do you think?
I think that's
I don't
great.
disagree.
I think that's a great point. And it all starts there, and he can put on his resume Tom Brady, right? Like, I mean,
Well, yeah, for sure. Yeah, who wouldn't, you can meet Tom Brady. I'll introduce you to him, by the way, if you want to meet him.
And
they'll be lucky to meet Belichick before they get on campus.
also with
Well, that's the point.
Yeah. And that's a great point, too, because also with this hiring, North Carolina has completely revamped their NIL program, added more money into it.
Yep.
He's got all the salaries for assistant coaches. He's going to get the top coaching talent out there because he's made sure they'll be taken care of financially on top of it.
Yeah,
So
he's talking about bringing his whole crew.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. Slay, what did you
Yeah,
say?
good point,
He was-
Scott.
He was going from $4 million to $20 million, North Carolina, with their NIL?
Yeah, they said 20 million. 20 million
Five times what they were spending.
Yeah, you want me in here to let me go get what I need. I need a bankroll.
And he gave him a 24-hour deadline.
Yeah, let me know what Mike going to do. Mike, you want in on this?
You want to hear the breakdown of the money he has to spend on staff?
Yeah.
This is just staff.
Yeah, so his deal was 5 years, $10 million annually, with the first 3 years completely guaranteed. And he gets a $100,000 annual expense account, and he'll have a bonus max of $3.5 million. For his staff, he gets $10 million for assistant coach salary pool, $1 million for strength staff, $5.3 million for support staff, including the general manager, and $13 million as revenue sharing. And the revenue sharing does not include into the NIL. So that $20 million NIL is separate. So add the extra $13 million for revenue sharing for his players. That's $33 million that he can spend on players, I think.
That's crazy.
Here's some names. He's bringing in Mike Lombardi, who we've had on at the Super Bowl former GM, to Chapel Hill to be the program's general manager. Belichick said on Thursday he will retain interim coach and former Browns coach Freddie Kitchens on staff.
Hey, Freddie Kitchens.
I love Freddie Kitchens.
Cool.
Also, one more note from his contract. His buyout at UNC drops from $10 million to $1 million after June 1st, 2025. Meaning, if he leaves for an NFL job, it's a lot cheaper.
Oh, he's got a golden parachute.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Smart. Ain't no fool locking me up. Throw away the key.
I
don't know where I am on this.
I don't either, but I can't wait to see it. Like, I'm entertained by sports, right? I'm entertained by this.
Let it play out.
We'll see what happens. I mean, I
guarantee you this. North Carolina game's going to be on ABC, ESPN, primetime spots from here on out.
I wonder how he runs their spring ball, because what I do know is, spring practice is different than fall, because spring is when you got to get your fundamentals in. Like you're tackling. Because you have to teach tackling in college. Like you have to teach. You still have to teach. When you get to the pros, you're not teaching technique. You're teaching the system, So
that's a good point.
615-737-1045.
But that's where his staff's going to come into play.
Yeah, for sure. 1,000%.
I wonder, with Clemson and Dabo Swinney going against NIL and all that stuff, I wonder how that news going from $4 to $20 million at North Carolina affects Clemson fans.
They're probably knocking at Dabo door. Hey, you want to get involved in this? You want to pay some NIL? They're about to.
You're about to get left.
Yeah, they're about to. Miami is definitely.
They're in the college football playoff.
I know, but it's got to be a gradual thing, right?
How much did Miami pay for Cam Ward?
That's a good question.
It is.
Because that's I feel like that's like a top tier. Because McCord, I'm sure Syracuse has played at least $1 million. I don't know where they got it from. They didn't get it from me.
I think UCF. I had heard numbers for UCF, and KJ Jefferson was like $800,000. So
yeah, all right.
And you saw how that one worked out.
So according to
his was a bankroll too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So according to On3, his NIL deal with Miami was estimated at $2.1 million.
Makes sense.
Could you imagine, Bully, as
Bully,
a college kid?
What would you have done as a college kid with $2.1 million?
I don't need that. Just give me $5,000 to $10,000.
2 or 3 more Pell Grants. I'm cool.
On campus? No, seriously. What am I doing with $1 million on a college campus?
On life.
You can't. There's nothing I could really buy.
Plus he's in Miami.
But Coral Gables is Coral Gables is nice. It's you got to go a little bit ways to get to South Beach. So it's
Okay, so I've heard that as an excuse as to why they can't draw fans to the games.
Well,
that it's a little bit of ways.
Well, yeah, now you got to go all the way to Lauderdale, and
that's right.
It's not in. I played in the Orange Bowl. I played in the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
And that was it was in Little Havana. This looked like in the hood for real.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Lauderdale's what? Almost an hour north.
Yeah, it's like an hour because from Coral Gables, they gotta go to get to actual South Beach is 15-20 minutes, and then you go north. And Lauderdale.
A1A.
Beachfront Avenue.
Let's go to
Girls were hot. We're in less than bikinis.
Hey.
That's our favorite artist. Him and Nelly. All right, Gator Mike next up on 3HL. Gator Mike, what's up?
Hey, Keith Bullock, what's up, my friend?
What's up, Gator Mike? How's it going?
Hey, so I always talk about this with Blaine, and Brent knows about it and all that stuff, but how does Fred Taylor, again, not make it into the Hall of Fame?
Oh, man. You know, they keep moving the goalposts. I think he's definitely a Hall of Fame talent. You know, he's someone that I had to face 2 times a year, and, you know, it feels good to say that we never gave up 100 yards to him, but that doesn't mean he didn't have good games.
Maybe that's why he didn't make it into the Hall of Fame 6 straight years.
I hate to be the reason. But no, I think he'll get in, man. It's like, to me, I don't necessarily understand how the Hall of Fame works because, you know, actually I just went to the Hall of Fame, and, you know, it makes you pay a little bit more attention because Dwight Freeney went in. It's like, all right, these guys have these stats, but they're guys with comparable stats, right? So it's obviously it's stats, or these guys have those stats and they won a Super Bowl, or these guys didn't win the Super Bowl. Like, there is no measuring stick for a Hall of Fame, and I think it just has to be whoever has a vote votes. I've been on the ballot. Ain't on the ballot no more.
Gator Mike talking about so Blaine will tell you that Fred Taylor was one of the toughest running backs he ever came across, and that he should be a Hall of Famer.
1,000%. I'm in agreement with this.
You are, yeah.
Like, long overdue.
He was so good at Florida too, and people talk about that offense with Steve Spurrier, the fun and gun. Man, they won that national championship. It went through Fred Taylor, man.
Well, the thing with Freddie T is he's 6'1", 6'2", runs a 4.3, 225 pounds. So he has speed, and he's not a punk. Like, he runs like with an attitude. You know what I mean? So you really gotta, like, he's coming into the game with that attitude, but you can get it up out of him, and you play running back. Like, you're gonna get beat up like all game. Like, you know, it's gonna be physical, especially those Titans Jaguars games. We're gonna be physical on purpose and do some stuff to you ain't gonna like. So he should be in the Hall of Fame though.
Different animal right there, bud. Freddie T, yeah. Fun to watch.
615-737-1045 at 3HL 1045. College football playoff, man. This time next week, Slay Dog, we'll be all up in this thing.
How do you guys like your chances against Ohio State?
Oh, I love a chance.
Why? What about what? I mean, that's a very UT answer.
Yeah. I got something back
What
up.
about this matchup do you like?
I love our defensive line going against that offensive line that's banged up. Their center is missing, and we know how big of a part the center is. And this is coming from being able to watch with Cooper Mays being out of commission with Tennessee last year. I thought, man, that was a hinder to the offensive line as far as pulling together, because you still have some nice pieces, but if you ain't got that centerpiece, like what we was talking about with the Titans offensive line, when Ben Jones walked away, like, I think the mask that he was covering up for everybody, when him limping back to the huddle and everything, putting his knee back into place, like, we took that for granted in a sense, like, dude, work hard, man. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't really understand what he was doing to the guard and this guard, and make sure that tackle in order, reading the defenses for guys. I thought he made a difference. So that centerpiece is just as big as you sitting right there when you come down in the linebacker spot and you reading the defenses. You take that out all of a sudden, man, at this point, I think it's different for this D-line that they're going up against when you got so many different pieces in front of you that all want to get to the quarterback. That's not even counting the edges.
So if Ohio State stops the run, do you believe that Nico can get it done? Has he shown you enough this season to, if he had to put it on his back, can he get it done?
I'm hesitant to say yes, and this is not talking as a fan. I'm hesitant to say yes, but what I'm really leaning on is the run being able to carry them, because if you're not beating them up front, you're not going to win this game. I think people got to get out of their minds of this being Tennessee's Josh Heupel's team with even what he tried to do with Joe Milton, what he did with Hendon Hooker, this ain't the up-tempo. All of a sudden, we get out there, man, we slinging it 60 yards. What Babs was covering when she was at Kentucky, when they played them, they scoring in 13 seconds and then coming back, scoring in 8 seconds. Like, this ain't that team. This is an abusive, aggressive, hit you in your mouth team when they are at their best. And that comes from the people up front. It's not no if they stop the run. You can't stop the run. You got to be able to go run the ball. If you can't run the ball, you're not going to give. You just said it. Once your O-line getting that rhythm, like you said, when the Titans got down into the red zone, all the confidence was there. So if you go and run it in, that's cool. That's going to build confidence. Oh, man, we got these fools. Yeah, pass the ball, man. We got them. We'll at least hold them for 4 seconds. You know what I'm saying? We going to get it off. He going to stand flat-footed and get it going. So, yes, I think it all depends on the run, but I think you got to get out of your mind. This is not that 47 points a game team. This right here, when they get hot, is 27, 28 points, and you roll with it. And I think that's a lot of points, but the tempo that they play and the way the defense get the ball back for them is a different animal.
You said a lot. I just asked you, can your quarterback get it done?
I said I'm hesitant on that.
Okay.
I said, but one thing I don't know they won't do is they ain't going to stop the run. Because if they stop the run, the game's over.
At this point in Nico's career, they need the run dynamic to be the primary thing, right? And
you have to have it.
And then that's what they did against Vanderbilt, which opened up. They were bringing safeties in off the play fake, and that opened up those deep crossers man-to-man. So in terms of Ohio State, Michigan beat them up in the run game.
Right.
Really, only team really to kind of do that to them. Georgia, yeah.
Georgia abused them.
Yes.
Like, to the point where Howard, what the hell?
Will Howard also needs to be pressured. If he's pressured, he'll throw it to you.
I think Ohio State's quarterback is trash.
That's what we're talking about.
I know. That's why I said that. Like,
Slave's been on him all year.
I knew that was my dog.
I don't like to call college kids trash.
Can I say this?
You paid a lot of money now.
This is one of those
in the area. I can use that one.
This is one of those situations where when you look at the numbers, his numbers are good. But when you eyeball test that guy, you're like, at best.
Yeah, it's like when things are going well, it's like just go watch the Michigan game. It's like you got to make a play. He's like,
you
know what I'm saying? Like you got there's something about being able to make a play. Like, I don't care what position you play. If you play offensive tackle, it's 3rd and 9. You know you might have to hold a little extra. If you play guard or center, y'all got a combo block to bust the dive. You got to do it. If you're, everybody, a punter, you need this punt to right inside the 20. These things all have to work. So, yeah.
Everybody nationally is talking about weather being an issue for Tennessee going to Columbus.
It's cold. Ain't Knoxville in the mountains?
Man, that's all I keep on explaining to people. They think it's on the flatlands.
Actually, I'm going up there for a volleyball game this week. Tournament this weekend. So I'll let y'all know. But
you'll get to see.
It's cold in Knoxville, right?
Yeah.
Very cold.
Yeah. So you don't think there's anything to that?
No way.
I mean, it was cold in Syracuse, but you played indoors.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, let them think that, right? Go up there. They're going to be cold, guys. Guys, they're going to.
Lean on that.
Coach, I thought they were going to be cold.
Who put the heaters over there? Turn them off.
So I just actually came across this tweet that's funny enough. It'll be colder in Knoxville on the night of December 21st than it will be in Ohio State.
There you go.
Cold, man.
I don't know.
There you go. All right, more 3HL when we come back. If you're in the house, we appreciate you being here. Another chance for you to win coming up. Also, if you are here, you get a free 16-ounce Miller Lite. The Miller Lite Ron Slay Wash Away Toast is coming up next. Keith Bullock here. Buffalo Wild Wings, Cool Springs, 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
You want a good Christmas gift? How about new Pella windows and doors for your home? Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. When it's time to upgrade those things, that's who you need to call. And that was who we called when we had to upgrade windows and doors in our properties, and I've loved the experience. You might be surprised to learn how affordable those windows can be from Pella. Affordable and the best quality out there. Pella was voted #1 by Nashville homeowners as the leading window brand here in Nashville. That's based on the sitting 2022 survey of leading window brands among homeowners. And on top of that, they've got the staff in place to take care of you. I can attest to that. Their staff are amazing. And I love a good deal. You love a good deal. My friends at Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville are giving you a good deal right now this holiday season. Tell them you want the Dawn deal. 50% off qualifying installs and no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 full months. Call 615-249-1910 or easily just schedule your free consultation. Check them out online and check out that offer at PellaNashville.com.
I love living in Middle Tennessee. We've got great restaurants, entertainment, sports, and one of the nation's top Ford dealers right here in our backyard. Two Rivers Ford. Remember that name. Two Rivers has been a staple in our community since 1983. They're locally owned. They have a non-commissioned sales team, and they sell below MSRP. They've been doing business with integrity for decades. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, Keith Bullock, Mr. Monday Night is here, hanging out at Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs.
I'm up in here. I don't really get I'm never here with Don, so this is cool. I get the whole crew. I'm usually a fill-in.
With the people.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We're never at the same place together.
So there are things that happen here at Buffalo Wild Wings during these shows.
Oh, yeah.
There are some things that are sitting on the table right now that will need to be consumed. But also we've got the Ron Slay Miller Lite Wash Away Toast.
Oh, that's good.
That is coming up right now. As Don Davenport.
Oh,
This is what I came here for, really. I couldn't wait. So good when it touches your lips.
It's going to showed up at 4:30. All right, so we do this every Buffalo Wild Wings show. Zeph.
There we go.
There we go. All right, we do this every Buffalo Wild Wings show. Ron Slay has the floor for the Miller Lite Ron Slay Wash Away Toast.
All right. Raise your glasses, please. All right, at the end of this, when I say sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, everybody after that says, wash it down. Got that? Then we'll say tighten up, then we'll do what we do. But shout out to Buffalo Wild Wings, shout out to Miller Lite, holding us down for the wash away toast each and every time we come to Buffalo Wild Wings. One thing we got to wash away, woo! It's quite a bit of things, Babsy.
I'm like, one thing.
It's a couple of things, but let's just start with negativity. How about that? Wash the negativity away. I understand impatience. Yeah, it happens when you put and invest time, money, spirit, energy, all of this into something. You want it to be great, but it is a process. When you plant seeds, they don't just automatically pop. Even Jack didn't get up the beanstalk quick. He had to go water the beans, I promise you. So, be patient with it, man. It's going to happen. It's going to turn. Make sure that you cherish what you have, because when it comes out on the other side, we'll all be thankful. We'll look back on this time and laugh. This ain't the Browns. This ain't the Saints. We're not wearing bags on our heads. We are okay, people. Understand that. The other part is the committee. Hey, man. I don't know what y'all did with Bama, but Bama, I'm going to do this for y'all. We're going to wash this away, Bama, because y'all ain't in the college football playoff. And Tennessee is, Georgia is too. Also, who else? Yeah, the Horns down, Longhorns are in there as well. But SEC will come out victorious. Vols smoked up on Syracuse just because my partner,
catching strays.
My player partners.
What does that got to do with the toast?
But outside of that, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Either way,
wash it down.
tighten up on 3. 1, 2, 3.
There it is, the Ron Slay Miller Lite Wash Away Toast here live at Buffalo Wild Wings.
I love how quiet it gets.
Was that everything you hoped it would be, Bully?
And more.
You did catch a stray with your back to him.
Oh, yo, look, man. I thought I was going to get out of here without, y'all beat us by like 30. 30.
Hey, man, I always got to give a shout out to my dog when my dog in the building. That's all.
I ain't going to lie. Syracuse played UT. Was it this week or last week?
It was
Tuesday, right?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
No, we played Miami Tuesday.
It was last week. Whenever the drubbing happened, I was being quiet about it, hoping that we played close or maybe even won. My
dog didn't be quiet about it.
My dog hit me. Ain't seen no action on Twitter or anything.
Hey, Adrian Archery's going to have to get that thing right. I'll tell you one thing. Number 44 is like a historic number up there. And Derek Coleman is not pleased with the Adrian Autry, not the young man wearing 44. Because Adrian Autry gave it away. Coach gave it away without asking. And the last person that wore it, I think it was John Wallace.
John Wallace, yeah. Yes, sir.
And J-Dub is like, it's not my number to say.
Wow, so that's not like pick a guy every year kind of thing.
You're supposed to be that like...
dude.
Yeah, you like boom shock like a PT peer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got to be that dude walking in that. Yeah.
Ronnie Cycli.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some dudes come up and accuse, man.
Going back.
Yeah, when front court was serious.
Yeah.
Zeph, it's time for giveaways.
Let's give it away now, Zeph.
So coming up now, we've got a pair of Titans Bengals tickets, an extra large. Why do I keep wanting to say extra large?
I guess it's a Coney. Giving away a Coney today.
Extra large Titans dry fit T-shirt and a $50 Kroger gift card is coming up now. All right, let's do the $50 Kroger gift card, Zeph. Who you got?
Yeah.
Matt Cartwright.
Matt Cartwright.
And in the boom boom room with it. Lock the door, man. Give me some, Matt. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Step in front of the camera and do that.
Let him know. Repping. Big repping, baby.
What else does he have on? Catwalk.
Go on. You know what he got on. Come on, baby.
Can't get away from
rep, brother.
You can't
Matt
get away
Cartwright.
from UT in Tennessee.
Well, we
boy.
right here. We right here front and center.
Matt and his family come every time we come to Cool Springs. They come here. So appreciate that. All right, let's do the extra large Titans dry fit T-shirt.
Timothy Campbell.
Okay, Timmy C.
Listen,
Let's go.
T. Campbell is one of the most loyal 3HL listeners out there,
Roll the
man.
wheels.
And we appreciate you, Timothy, man. All right, coming up now, pair of Titans Bengals
Where's
tickets.
the Eggy Bob?
Oh, geez.
If I had $1 for every time I said that.
Herbie, what are you doing? Where's Eggy Bob?
What happened?
All right.
He's coming from.
What in the world?
People brought
It's
things
coming
to
down
the
the
table.
beanstalk. Who let the beanstalk up? Supposed to chop it down.
Hey,
I
the beanstalk ain't got no
liked-
roof.
I really like that toast.
You like them?
We ain't the Browns. We don't have paper bags over our heads. We're not there yet.
We're
good.
What's his name? I know his name. He wore a paper bag.
Ooh.
Not V-Love.
Nah, yo.
Halloween?
No.
Titans fan?
Don't say that,
I'm
bullet. tripping.
Buck wore
But Buck,
We don't claim
count him.
Buck. We don't count.
Okay.
Buck doesn't count. We don't claim him. None of those. Listen, Buck just said that he was cheering against his
sure
alma
did.
mater in a football
Yo,
game.
you know what?
Like, you should be banned from all sports
Now,
if
Buck
you say
is
that.
I have to give him some originality because I haven't heard him bandwag or say anything about Indiana.
because he don't believe it.
The one thing he said about the football, when they started winning games, he said, he went to Indiana, for those that don't know.
Right.
Graduated from there. He said, I do not know where the football stadium is.
That's something, dog.
Embarrassment.
He only goes to the football stadium now because that's his job.
That's the only
It's true.
reason.
That's
Only
true.
reason.
And he likes to put on suits.
We need more Titans fans in that stadium because I'm concerned about all the Houday people coming down. Because
They coming down
Cincinnati
now.
travels, that is for sure. Here is a pair of Titans Bengals tickets. Zeph.
I think this is Al Box.
Hey, behind you.
I was just talking with Al during the break. Al,
With
congratulations.
an awesome Oilers sweatshirt on.
Al gave me a bobblehead, a Keith Bullock bobblehead.
Oh, that's so cool.
You know what I mean?
Love it.
Where'd you get that?
Al gave it to
Al
him.
brought it to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Al hooked me up.
Your head is nice and
See,
smooth.
karma pays it back, right?
Always coming back.
That's right.
All right, more 3HL coming up. We've got one more segment live at Buffalo Wild Wings, and we'll do another giveaway, and Babs will give away to
To our listeners,
our listeners that
you
cannot
can
be
call
here.
in. That's next segment.
That's coming up. Stay tuned. 3HL broadcasting live from Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs. Thanks to Miller Lite, Buffalo Wild Wings, and 104.5 The Zone.
Have you ever thought about having wireless service and internet from the exact same provider? Well, guess what? You can do that, and you can do it with Xfinity Mobile. Only wireless network that automatically connects to millions of secure Wi-Fi hotspots and the best LTE everywhere else. How about that? You can get that with Xfinity Mobile from Xfinity, the home of the 10G network. The future starts now. One of the fastest growing mobile service with 5G and millions of Wi-Fi hotspots. So here's the deal. They have mobile plans starting at $15 a month. They have $30 a line per month with unlimited data when you get 2 lines. And you can save hundreds a year with the best price for 2 lines of unlimited. Jump in with Xfinity Mobile. You need your mobile plan to keep you connected while not feeling like you're draining your bank account to afford it. That's what Xfinity Mobile can give you. You want to get started? Call 1-800-XFINITY. Just visit Xfinity.com or drop by an Xfinity store today for more details.
What's happening, y'all? Big Slay coming to you with Kellum Stem Cell Institute, and I'm telling you a little bit of my testimony. When you're talking about your cells, you're talking about your solution. It's in your body, so that's what brings it to be your solution. Now, you're going to hit a direct hit wherever it is to get the inflammation about your body. I had such great results with my knee when I did it that I wanted to expedite the results in my hip, so I went back to Kellum and sat down and talked to him and was like, what can I do? Boom, got a shot of the secret sauce. Nanoparticles and other growth factors function by increasing the energy of output in your cells. So in other words, it's like waking it up. It's cell communication. That's what it's improving. The end result is faster healing and pain relief, and I'm living proof of it. I've done it with my knee, done it with my hip, done it with my shoulder. Inflammation is gone. The secret is out. Call Kellum Stem Cell Institute today and get back to a healthy you. It's real easy. 615-850-4415. 615-850-4415. KellumStemCellInstitute.com.
Good evening. It's 5:02. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from the Buffalo Wild Wings in Franklin. The Titans are back on the practice field today as they get set to host the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday. Tony Pollard, Otis Reith, and Kenneth Murray did not practice. Tyler Boyd, Nick Folk, Jeffrey Simmons, and T'Vondre Sweat all returned to practice. J.C. Latham was limited in Thursday's practice. Tonight, it's Thursday Night Football between the Rams and the 49ers, a divisional matchup. Kickoff is at 7:15 p.m. You can catch the Westwood One call of that game right here on The Zone. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once and your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful evening in the Music City. We're about to head to the airport to go to Washington, D.C., and we will be broadcasting live tomorrow in advance of the Army-Navy game, and we're looking forward to telling that story of America's game. And please, please, please listen and support that cause, and we'll do our best to tell that story. Coming up tomorrow, Radio Row is actually at the Military Women's Memorial Museum.
I like it.
And I've been told it's incredible. It's right next to Arlington National Cemetery.
Is Army still only have one loss?
Two.
What was the second one?
Is it just one?
I think it's
Notre Dame.
They won the championship, their conference championship. Notre Dame might be the only one.
Damn, boy, you might have got me there.
I think if I ain't mistaken, because everybody was like, man, maybe Army should be in because of this.
No way.
What do you mean, no way?
Notre Dame is their only loss.
That's
Notre Dame was the only loss.
I was just curious because, I remember they were undefeated. They played Notre Dame, but I played against Army when I was at Syracuse, and they were undefeated. I think it was like 98 or something like that.
How tough was it to get ready for that system in 1 week?
You know what?
How did y'all prepare for that?
I don't remember, but what I do know, and I know what you're talking about, I remember that being a thing.
Yeah.
They laugh like they ain't really had the guys to really play that.
Yeah, because what I do know is when we got out there, like, the center was shorter than me. Like, they were like, you know what
they're
I'm saying?
all the same size.
Yeah, they're small, but they're Army.
Tough.
They're going to go hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you're talking about college football, it's like, they were just outmatched, and we were Syracuse. We were good. We were top 25 team, but they didn't even have their top running back is like, nah, come on, little man, where you go? You know what I'm saying? It's just.
I feel like it's a little different nowadays for the service academies. I feel like they're getting better players.
I want to say, but to Bully's point, when you look at their win losses versus anybody that they played. They're blasting them, defending them, but then when you play upper echelon like Notre Dame, it was 49-14. And I think that's what ended up probably keeping them out from being considered.
Yeah.
To jump in there in a group of five.
That's why I responded to that.
That's right. I can't wait to ask them. Do we ever get a player? Do we get a player?
You gotta go serve.
No, not that day.
Yeah, because I want to ask them
before the game.
What do they think about that? Because that is a factor. When you play mid majors, that's a little bit different than playing the Power 5 schools or Power 4 now. As far as size, athletic ability,
right?
You still got to go out there and execute. And I think the execution is what
Army's in a conference now.
Now it is. That's right. That's right.
I mean, Army's 11-1 and Navy is 8-3, and they finished first and third in the conference.
Tulane, I thought Tulane was good.
So what?
They are.
Yeah, and they spanked Tulane.
They finished second. In that Tulane game, Chris Lowe tweeted this out from ESPN Stats and Info. I think is first time in 20 years that a team had no turnovers, no penalties, and no punts in a game.
Wow.
Dang.
That's what they did at Tulane.
That's tough to do.
But you don't remember anything specific from that game in terms of eye candy?
Yeah, they run what is it, wishbone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the wishbone. So they're going to fake to the up back or give to the, it's just assignment defense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was outside linebacker. always had quarterback, safety's taking the pitch, you're tackling the dive. You know what I mean? They're not really passing. It wasn't.
It is different now.
See, that's the difference.
Their
Now
quarterback
both
is
Army
really good.
and Navy pass a little bit, so it's almost like a hybrid.
Yeah, they didn't pass, so it was like very one-dimensional, and like it's almost. I spent a lot of time around college football this year, and it's pretty identical when it comes to the running game, and really, what separates the team. See what separates the top 25, because Syracuse will play Georgia Tech, and then they'll go play like Stanford. Everybody's running the same running scheme.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the same, so it really depends on the athletes you get. I like the NIL and the portal because you can go into, I think, to what you guys were saying before, get you a quarterback, and now you're rocking.
You're ready to roll. Yeah.
So
it's not like it used to be where you have to rebuild a program.
Yeah.
You can rebuild in a year now.
Yep.
Like Rich Rod can go back to West Virginia, and with the extra money they just got from NIL by hiring him back, they could win the Big 12
He's
next year.
been knowing how to recruit up there.
Oh, yeah.
So he knows what to do.
That's definitely true. And we talked, Don and I talked to an AD that said, look, man, you don't want to have this catastrophe season, but it's not like it used to be where it takes all this time to build it back up. You get the right quarterback, the right transfers, you can be very good the next year.
Like, you see, Dan Mullen just went to UNLV, and we didn't even touch on it. But I went to the Syracuse UNLV game. That coach went on to Purdue.
Barry.
Yeah, now they got Dan Mullen coming in who has won. Like, UNLV, like, they have something there. Like, so it's just interesting. I like the college football landscape. I like the tournament that's about to take place. Will Boise win it? Will Indiana win it? I doubt it, but they have a shot.
Never got a shot. That's all you want. That's all you want.
So we were talking about Army. Bryson Daly, who's one of the better players in the country, the Army quarterback, he's only thrown it 78 times.
How tall? What's his size? He's probably like 5'9", 5'10".
No, he's bigger.
Okay.
He's run the ball 264 times and thrown it 78.
6 foot, 221.
He has 29 rushing touchdowns.
Wow.
And he has 8 passing touchdowns, so he's got 37 touchdowns. Bryson Daly.
Let me tell you this too. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
He is
21.
a big dude. I had to stalk him in warm-ups because I worked the game. Yeah, I worked the game.
That doesn't sound good, Babsy.
That does sound bad. But right after he was missing, and they didn't tell the broadcast crew until about 30 minutes before the game and all that, so they didn't tell us. They did, but they didn't tell us if he was definitely going to play, kind of thing. It came out the night before, so I had to watch him and his ankle and, leg, whatever. They said it wasn't or was. So I stalked him in warm-ups, but I remember when I first found him, I was like, that is a big A dude.
See, you look at
He's
his
stocky.
This is what I'm talking about as far as stats go. You see Bullock, 22, really nothing. But 23, 7 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Year 3, that was year 2. Year 3, way more efficient, less passes, but 8 touchdowns and 1 interception. Whether you running or whatever, you figure out who you are. And that's what I'm saying. When the light clicks on, you know what you are. I knew what I was going into my junior year.
Yeah.
I walked in like, all right, this is in high school. This is in, and I'm saying this to go back to what
I know what you're
I was going to say,
I know
we're going back to Will Levis.
But
because Slade will not let it.
But
this is what I mean.
What I want y'all to do is, I want y'all to start looking to 3 years in, when you're going into that 3rd year, just notice people, how they change, what they go into. Like, you're the upperclassman. You're the veteran.
He's a rookie.
I ain't mad at that.
Do you count Will Levis?
I don't know if he's going to get to
second year this year.
I do, because of the flashes that I saw last year. I said, man, dude, I saw the flashes, and then I saw the off-season work that was being put in. That was different to me.
How do you know it was efficient work? What I will say is, I'm just teasing. I'm just messing around.
No, that's the bullet I want. That's the bullet I want. He know that's who I want too. He know that's who I want. He know what I do. He know that's who I want. He know that's who I want right there.
His second.
Are you saying Cabo's not efficient?
His second season started after he sat out and had an hiatus, got his arm back right. That's still sore again.
I did forget about that. He did go through a pace.
I honestly think sitting out and watching was definitely.
It's so helpful. Listen, man, I came back from an ACL. My mentality was different. Like, I was already still dog go hunt, this, that, and the other. But coming back off the ACL after watching the game, I hunted differently. You know what I'm saying? Like I was still out there. Yeah, you gonna get what you get.
That's maybe the thing, right?
Okay.
You hunt it. You got to hunt.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe that's what Will needs to turn into, the hunter.
Maybe so.
You know what I mean?
So.
Maybe
I thought that's what you were saying when you said take the mask off.
Yeah, he might need to turn into that. Like Slay feels he's being held back. I feel he might be feeling himself out. But now look, with 4 games left, you need to let it rip.
Last time.
Yeah, for sure.
And I said he needs to find the balance between trick shot artists and calm down, cool and collected.
Listen,
I don't think he never needs to be cool and collective, because then that kind of goes to laid back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't like. I don't want him laid back. I want him somewhere in between.
Yeah. So let me ask y'all this, because I think this is an interesting point. So is he too laid back now, and that's why we don't see the interception numbers? Because he's not putting the ball in harm.
Well, look.
So does he need to take more shots, and be more of a gunslinger? Because that's what he's always been his whole life.
I tell you like this. Here's perfect, right? The last game, when he rolled to the right and he just threw it real quick, what was that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And then in that same one in the red zone, and then he threw it into the stands. Yep. What was that? There was no pressure.
Yeah.
And then the play with Chig, right?
Yes.
When Chig was wide open.
Yes.
I believe the explanation was his eyes didn't come down. So why are you throwing it to the guy covered if you know there are progressions? So yeah, just let it rip, man. Stop thinking too much. And
that's what they used.
4 games.
That's what they used to tell Marcus Mariota, and he never could get there.
Well,
they kept saying, "Let it rip, let it rip." So I heard this is why I asked you this. I heard a coach say not too long ago, like, I don't mind the interceptions because I know there are touchdowns that come with that. Meaning, like, you have to take some chances.
Oh, VY,
and not be afraid of it.
I brought up VY. Like VY,
fear is a liar.
He might not know the play, but he gonna be like, yo, you go here, you go here, you go here, you go here. We're gonna get it done. Ready, break, and make it happen. He knows where all his receivers are going.
Yo, you just jogged my memory.
You know what I'm saying?
And this was what I was talking about. Lou, listen, Babsy, you know this too. Remember, was it this week or last week? Remember when I said, man, it's something Bully said to me that made me, when I was like, all right, if I'm a player, I'm in control of this offense or control of this defense, the plays echoed in the Bully, and Bully is like, all right, y'all, we're going man across the board. It's okay if Bully looks over there. Who was your DC?
Schwartz.
He look at Schwartz like, yeah, all right. Hey, man, look, we finna go cover 2, just like he said earlier, because he knows his guys. Yeah. And guess what, y'all? If it don't work, I'll take the brunt of this, and I'll go over there and handle that. So that's what I was saying in the Chig play.
This is what you brought up.
This is what I brought up. In the Chig play, sometimes you just a player. And when you're a player, you know, okay, they put Big Jeff in. They put 2 on Big Jeff. It's miscommunication of the defense. Me being a player, let me associate it with basketball. If we're running a play, and this is what I said, we setting a down screen for Babsy. She's supposed to come off to the top of the key. Mayor is setting the down screen for her. If he slips open and his man goes with Babsy, I'm not still looking at Babsy. I got to take Mayo on the slip because I'm making a play. You know what I'm saying? But same thing as you. You know what your defensive alignment is. You know who the guys are. If they look across and they see Babsy like that and they eyes get big, it's like, whoa, what the hell? No, we're not going to do this. We about to do something different. You got to be able to make that call as a player and be able to go down the board and see Chig when he came up, the miscommunication, he's wide open. And that's where I say you take the governor off, especially if it's just you. Listen, dude, you on your last leg anyway.
Right.
Go make the play.
So it's like maybe the play was drawn up to throw it to the corner.
Yeah, and that's cool.
Play your ball.
It ain't there, so guess what? Deviate.
Well, look,
make a play for me.
I tell you what. Those are standard plays that need to be made. Okay. And
that's all I'm saying.
Like I said, the last 6 weeks, Will Levis took some steps in those 4 weeks.
Right.
Even in the loss against the Redskins, took some steps. The team maybe took some steps back.
Commanders.
Yeah. Them two. So now it's like, yo, I want him, yes. Will Levis, Sunday before you go to the stadium.
Talk to us.
Go in that bathroom in the hotel y'all stay in when you by yourself. Look at the man in the mirror. he the only one that could get it done.
It's the only one.
You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for you, kid.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
And see,
sign the bully.
I love it.
Yeah, and see, guess what? That's all I've been wanting all day, and we got to it.
That was an incredible conversation.
The end of the segment.
Babsy she's in a giving mood, y'all.
Yes, I'm always in a giving mood. Here's the deal. It's Titans Ticket Thursday. I'm giving away Tennessee Titans tickets against the Bengals this Sunday, Nissan Stadium, and also giving away 2 tickets to go see Ron Slay and DJ C Wiz at the Bullseye Event Group tailgate. So much fun. Thanks to Bullseye Event Group for that. So caller number 5 right now, 615-737-1045. Call Sammy right now. Good luck to you. Let's go.
Okay, we is out of here, or what we holding on? We got to hold on.
We got a couple more.
We're going.
I love that, man, and in regard to how Bully ended that.
Yeah, because the thing is, look, I'm not a homer, but like I played with the organization, so
Absolutely.
I would never act like I can't empathize or realize what these cats are going through. So I'll never, unless you're not showing effort or you're not showing up. The Jarius Sneed, we're going to need to see you next year.
Yes.
You know.
Consistently.
Yeah, and never question anyone's injuries. The only thing I will question is effort.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody's out there giving forth effort. So, you know, at the end of the day, all that team needs to worry about is what they're saying to each other in that locker room, and we just outside noise that motivates you to do better.
That's all that is. I remember getting plenty of press clippings and going to the press conference. When we get Chris Lowe on, you can ask him, call the people out. Hey, man, you, Jacob, whoever you are. I remember when you said that in the paper. I used that, and I appreciate that. Like, I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? So channel that the right way, man. This, like you said, this ain't nothing but outside noise. This is entertainment for our listeners, and our listeners are entertaining for us because they hit us up. But one thing that cannot be second-guessed, the product on the field.
And your effort.
So whatever happens, stay patient, people. I know it's difficult. But Jack didn't climb the beanstalk, and we didn't get in this hole in a year.
Jack had to water the beans, right?
He had to water the beans.
Man, I really was
Dorothy
like...
didn't get home either like that. Dorothy had to click a meal. She took a whole show to figure it out.
It felt like you were channeling Derek Dooley with the whole bamboo thing.
Hey, man, I don't know. I don't know nothing about no bamboo, but I know something about, you know what I mean?
I'm just kidding. Zeb's got some winners and, one, right?
Two. Well,
two winners.
Icky might have found another Kroger gift card.
Oh,
Icky
all
is finding cards.
Let's do the $50 Kroger gift card as we wrap the live portion of the show.
That would be, I want to say Catherine?
Kathleen?
Oh,
Right.
Yeah. They put them together.
Nobody's ever been named Kathleen.
Okay.
Kathleen.
The H and the R ran together.
Way to go, Catherine. Way to hold it down. Go
It's
Vols,
a family
baby.
win.
There we
It's
go.
a family win.
That's a Boom Boom Room member over there now.
Also, go Vols for them. All right, now it is time for Titans-Texans tickets.
Colleen Mitchie.
Colleen Mitchell.
I was just going to say that's my girl. Yeah. Come on,
Colleen
Liddy. Every bit of it,
Colleen
baby.
brought you the megaphone, didn't she?
Yeah, I still got it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes,
He don't need a megaphone.
She's the best.
I'm getting him in trouble.
All right, coming up next, Ramon Foster. We appreciate y'all that came out to Buffalo Wild Wings to see
Where's
us.
Ramon?
Definitely, and it's Magic
about to be on
Radio.
the
Keith Bullock.
Magic Radio.
Hey, thanks for hanging out, man. You wanted to see the Watch Away toast and ended up doing like 2.5 hours.
For sure.
My dog, baby.
Go to Just Love McEwen and see Keith. He'll.
I'm only there from like 8 to 9:30.
So hurry up and get in there.
I got a great staff.
Set your appointment with Dr. Bullock at Just Love. All right, man. Ramon Foster next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
It is gift giving time, guys, and the woman in your life will love this unique and thoughtful gift over the holidays. Always in style, always fits, always appreciated. That would be a Moment's Peace salon and day spa. Choose your budget, whether you want to spend a little or go lavish. And then she can choose from 10 different services all under one roof at a Moment's Peace salon and day spa. I'm talking massages, manicures, pedicures, sunless tanning, waxing, skincare, facials. There's a hair salon there. They do makeup and they have awesome gifts in their lobby as well. Here's the deal. A Moment's Peace salon and day spa wants to make it super easy for you. Their gift cards can be printed directly from their website, or they can wrap them up and make them look beautiful, pair it with another gift like a robe, candle, all sorts of fun stuff from their gift boutique. And it is so easy. Everybody loves spa gifts. The woman in your life loves a spa gift. Gift cards available 24/7, amomentspeace.com. Call them at 615-224-0770. You have special requests? Stop by. They're in Cool Springs across Interstate 65 from Galleria Mall, intersection of Carruthers Parkway and Bakersbridge Avenue. That's a Moment's Peace salon and day spa.
Welcome back in, 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Great day at Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs. We've had a lot of fun. Guess what time it is, y'all?
What time is it?
Big savagery time. Ramon Foster joins us now from Ramon Kayla Will. You can hear him every weekday morning, 6 to 10 weekday mornings on 104.5 The Zone. Big Mo, what's up? How are you?
Man, not much, man. Listen, all I want, man, is just, I don't even want warm wings no more. Just like, bring me a gift card. That's all I want. Just bring me a gift card. I figure out the rest on my own, because here's a quick pro tip. I'm not sure if y'all knew, but their burgers are legit.
They are really good. They're really good. Yep.
I've never had one of their burgers.
You ain't got to believe me. All I'm telling you is try it.
It's true.
That time.
Okay.
It's true. Kirby will tell you that, too.
Oh, yeah, Kirby eat a burger everywhere, though.
I don't know what Kirby don't eat at this point. Like, what don't he know about?
So, Ramon, Titans at 3-10. I know you never had to endure anything like that when you played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but how tough has this been for you to watch standing on the sideline?
It's tough, man, because guys, I know fans are upset. I know they are. I've seen everybody from, say, fireman Amy sell the team. The Titans are better from the top down. The head coach got to go. The GM got to go. The players got to go. Like, here's the thing about it. I think I've said this before as it pertains to the pathway to get to this point. Like, you're living out your dreams, right? And that's what those guys are doing. Those 53 guys plus practice squad and coaches, too. They're living out their dreams, man. And to think that they want to lose, no, they don't want to. And I think I need to say that, man, just as a player's representative. Like, it sucks losing. I don't care how many millions you get paid. Like, while you're in it, it is by far one of the most brutal things. And, the only thing I've ever really dealt with in a crazy way is maybe a 3-game losing streak or a 4-game. We started up the season 0-4 one year. And it was probably one of the worst times I had as a pro. I'm more than sure it was, and it affects the home life. It affects what you want to do, your attitude. So those guys don't want to be in that position, man. They are still the top 1% of football players in America, man. And it's a matter of just 1 or 2 plays here or there, 1 or 2 decisions that we've heard Coach Ryan Callahan say from time to time. He's watching how guys are going to finish this thing out. I think, Mayor, we can really get a full understanding of where this group is on having a guy like Jeffrey Simmons somewhat call out the other side of the ball. It's one of those unspoken rule types of things. If you're flourishing on your side of the football, meaning the defense is, and the offense ain't holding up theirs, you just be one of the most supportive teammates you possibly can. But I'll tell you what, we are all human. That frustration comes out when he's talking about his quarterback being on the ground squirming as far as the pain that he's in and the continual hits that he's taken this year. And just that right there, to me, I think hearing him say that on Sunday was probably his tipping point as far as you understanding how rough it is on them to lose games. Mayor, listen to me. It absolutely sucks. It does.
So I was going to, it's funny that you brought that up because that was going to be my first question for you as a former offensive lineman, or I guess I shouldn't even use former. You're always an offensive lineman, right? But hearing what Big Jeff said, because there's some fans out there that are like, oh, it's finger pointing. This team is, falling apart on the inside, whatever. But as an offensive lineman, if you hear something like that from one of the leaders of your franchise, how do you take it? And what were your thoughts about it?
You know what the other thing is, too? Those guys can't tell Jeff nothing. They can. They can go at him and, they can say, well, you eat the whole,
But spot the lie. Yeah,
exactly. Him and his side has been handling it for the most part. You hold a team in the NFL, Babsy, to 6 points. 10 points, you're supposed to win the football game, And that's where it becomes super problematic for him to call a guy out like that. And here's the other thing, too. There's nobody on that offensive line that has more time inside of that building than Jeffrey Simmons. I honestly think it's probably a little bit of the echo of the coaches that made Jeff say something like that. I think, again, a lot of people try to make Coach Callahan, Brian Callahan, out to be this soft guy, this soft-spoken, mild-mannered individual. No, those are the types of coaches right there inside of the building that lean into guys. They really do lay into guys as it pertains to, their responsibility and urge for them to be better pros. So I guarantee you this. Jeffrey Simmons saying that out loud on Sunday wasn't the first time that group has ever heard that. That probably came from the top down. And then the other part of it is, though, too, y'all know there's no better pressure than peer pressure. Like hearing it from your peers that, hey, be better. Like, Babsy, I'm sure you're going to find this out with baby Babs. She ain't going to listen to you more than she listens to her little friend Carly. I got a feeling she got a friend named Carly. Like,
well, Carly better watch the heck out then, because Carly might not be a friend anymore.
Exactly, but I guarantee you, she going to listen to her little friends more than she going to listen to you. Like, you can give a message to Ron Slay to deliver to your child, and they're going to receive it a whole lot better than you do. And I feel like that's the exact same thing that could possibly come from, like, Coach Callahan and Coach Bill Callahan and then Nick Holtz, like, all those guys, like, leaning in and begging them, hey, fellas, we need y'all. It's going to hit a whole lot harder, Babs, as it comes from the teammate. Like, I ain't going to lie to you, Ben used to do the stuff to us through the media. Like, you can coach and criticize your teammates politely through the media. And I think that's what Jeff did. Like, I don't view his as, hey, in-house problem being known publicly. No, I think that everybody knows the problem and everybody's looking for y'all to honestly, like, I think I can say this, grow a pair. Like, legitimately, like, man up and go fight. Like, more than anything, don't be a turnstile. Don't be somebody that's simply just getting bodied. And I think that's what those guys feel like on the defensive side of the ball. Like, they're not perfect either, but they're doing the jobs more than what the offense has consistently done this year. And that's where, like, I don't think there's a split, but there is pressure to perform for your team. And Savage will tell you, like, this, what Jeff said, that ain't nothing new to teams that win or teams that have what we like to call a standard. Like, one of the most cliche things that Coach Tomlin has, and y'all have heard him say, the standard is the standard, is on our locker room and everything. Savage could tell you when he came to our Thursday meetings or how I talked about certain guys in our group, Savage, we were brutal as hell to one another. It was this, if you were thin-skinned, you weren't going to survive. And I think Jeff and his group and others too are just like done with those dudes just checking the box. Like, that gets tiresome at time. And I am siding with Coach Brian Callahan on some of the stuff that he's saying. Hey, look, I'm calling plays. I'm calling plays that work. And he can't necessarily say, I can't make the quarterback throw the football. A lot of people laughed and criticized Gerard Mayo about 2 or 3 weeks ago when he said this, when they cross that line, it ain't nothing else I can do for them. He ain't lying. Like, there is a portion that, look, most of the plays that coaches are going to call, they have a inkling of success on it. It's up on the player sometimes to really follow through and give their all and 11 working as one to execute a play. Like, that was a harsh reality that a lot of fans don't want to hear. The coach, take responsibility. Look, y'all know some people raise their kids right. They give them everything they're supposed to. They go to church. They do every possible thing they can do for them. And next thing you know, you hear that story of somebody being locked up and it's like, man, my parents did everything. I just chose to do my own thing. And here's the other thing about it, too. I'm not even trying to give life lessons on it, but it's only so many guys that are NFL quality, too, that you can't even afford to, like, fire somebody and go bring somebody in better because all the better players are on teams already. So you're stuck. So that's why you ask guys, like, man, do your friggin' job. Like, I can't help you no more. Coach Callahan didn't want to say it on Sunday, I feel like, after the game, but he pretty much like, man, look, I'm calling the right plays. These guys ain't executing the way I need them to, and that happens also.
Big Savagery, Ramon Foster with us on 3HL.
Savage, I want to take you down another lane, man, when you're talking about because we keep talking about the football, like it is what it is right now. They've lost, and when they win, we'll celebrate. But until then, this is what it is. So you got the culture of a team. Is just why it's so important, and over all the landscapes of whatever sport it is, to have those veteran presence in the room. When you look at when things were falling apart 2 or 3 years ago. You still had guys like Saffold. You had LaJuan at least around. You had Ben Jones being a key part to be able to still hold stuff together where it would never get back to the coaches or from the media. It wouldn't come from the players as it is coming from Big Jeff because you had that seniority in the locker room and they be able to pull it together. Like what you explained with Big Jeff saying that is where's the other seniority on that team? As far as who are the mainstays when you look across the offensive line, I saw how y'all moved. y'all moved as vets. You know what I'm saying? And as y'all went, as y'all went, that's how the team went. But when y'all came in, you also had people that were in spots at first, even before moving on, as a Willie Colon. You know what I'm saying? And, and you guys moved into that spot. How important is that to have on your team, and how does that come about? Or is it just a process of, man, we just got to wait 2 or 3 years for Skoronski, Latham, all them guys to kind of come into that fold and, kind of fall into leaders? Because right now it is just Big Jeff, for what we see.
It is, for the most part, vocally, right? What has to happen, though, and you mentioned like 2 or 3 more years. I do think it's that, though, too, because, Savage, the ones that you brought up are all bigs, right?
Yeah.
And that's why most coaches want the bulk of their team, bulk of their leadership to be big guys. Like, look at all across college for the most part, too. Like, even in the NFL, having your bigs be those types of leaders, man, does a lot more, because if they got to do something, then everybody got to do something. And there's not enough of those right now. You're super young on the offensive line side of things. Tavondre's only so much he can do. And I know they got guys that are probably behind the scenes leaders. I'm not saying they have a lack of leaders.
Right.
But what you're also saying, too, is what is the solidified, standard for their culture moving forward, too. And that, honestly, y'all, to me, I think it's just simply got to come through the draft, or finding guys that were either cut or free agents that no one understand what it means to survive in this league too, within the team concept. Because you mentioned those guys that were before me. You know what I'm saying? Like on the other side of the ball, Casey Hampton, Ryan Clark, or Troy Polamalu, or Charlie, having a veteran quarterback at the time like Charlie Batch, that took me on his wing and told me the ways of how to get involved in the union and stuff like that. This, to me, is what I've been saying, too, why I don't think of firing of anything as far as, GM and head coach. Whatever happened with a coordinator here and there, that happens from time to time because you need to make those changes. And that's Coach Anderson. I'm not sure what's going to happen with him, but here's what I would say. That establishment honestly comes through stability. The people begging to fire Miss Amy or have her sell the team and fire Wren and fire Coach Callahan, all you're going to do is reset again, because that's one thing I will say I didn't have to deal with in Pittsburgh. I changed coordinators. I changed offensive line coaches. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And the standard remained the same, because the head guy in charge, from the GM all the way down to Coach Tomlin, all the way down to most of his coaches, were there. And that's where this team has to get to. And it's probably just going to be a rough couple more years, too.
More years?
No, because look what we're asking for. We're asking for a reshaping of the foundation. Look how long it's taken that stadium in front of Nissan Stadium with the new Nissan Stadium to get a foundation poured and actually look like a stadium. It's going to take over, 4 years to get that thing up?
Yeah.
3 years? It takes a while. By the time that they get to the stadium in 27, you'd expect for Peter to be grown up, JC to be grown up, for them to finally have a right tackle or vet somewhere in an establishment of a quarterback too, because it does take a while. If I ask you guys, what is the cornerstone foundation of this 2014? All you're going to probably say is Jeff.
No. Tony Pollard, right. Jeff.
But Tony's an outsider.
Yeah, he is.
NWI.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff, Amani, and then we go Peter, JC. You see what I'm saying? We're going all young guys at that point. And it's okay to say that the roster just ain't there. But what I have seen is this: Brand can draft his butt off. Depending on health of the guys he signed, they're quality guys. You got to get a whole lot more out of Calvin. I get that. You want to see Legarius be on the field. Cheeto showed you his worth last game, right? I think you see a lot of promise out of Jarvis Brownlee. I said that, and they still probably need about 18 more of those types of players.
18. Okay, well, along kind of these lines and talking about the young guys on the left side of the line, you get an amazing perspective standing on the sideline, and I know that you have to protect some of that perspective. I get it, because that's what I have to do on college Saturdays. I see and hear a whole lot that I don't ever talk about. But I am curious what you see as far as the interaction when the defense is on the field and that offensive line is sitting there on the sideline and having conversations and the interaction of the Latham and the Skoronski and the demeanor of them, what can you tell us of just that aspect of offensive line play and really to kind of give you an insight into moving forward?
Man, I'll tell you this. They're young, and you can tell that on that sideline. So you can tell they're still trying to figure out what they are as a group, even this late in the season. They're searching, I feel like, for positivity is what I say. And I don't say that in a cupcake type of way, but you can tell them, get over there on the sideline. They're talking to Coach Bill Callahan with the tablet and stuff like that. Like, they are, you see them, and it looks like they're being taught like they're still young guys, which they are. Mm-hmm. And I don't say that in a bad way. I just say it's just, Babsy, as I said, it just lets you know, like, their ability to come over and just be guys. They can't do that because there's so much going on. And what I've seen too, and I think he's acknowledged it too, is like, I think JC's going through a little health thing also, whether it being banged up and stuff like that. Like, those guys, to me, seem like they're being taught and somewhat in survival mode in a sense. Like, they come to the sideline and you know that stretch look, right, Babsy? You've seen it from teams too. It's like, what are we doing? Where's our next fix?
Yep.
Like, how are we going to get up out of this? Like, that's what it looks like. And that ain't a bad thing. It's just that how much experience or how much can they expect out of, one, a lot of losing, and two, a lot of bad, primarily because of them. Like, and that's where gaining these scars and not letting this season, these experiences linger, is where they have to understand and be grabbed by a veteran guy. I don't know who it is. Maybe Rand and Chad and A-Rob got some guys that are, you know, they got on their hit list this offseason, but they do need a strong veteran presence offensively. And I think in the O-line, too. Like, I think Lloyd Cushenberry is that type of guy, but I look at Lloyd as a really good player. I'm not sure what he is behind the scenes, but they need, like, Bad Savage Mayor, y'all know what I mean, but, like, they need a savvy guy. Like, right now, I think I told you guys, and what was the last home loss that they had and Nissan before the last one. But I saw JC come off the field. It might have been a Washington game when they were just getting pants. Like, I felt like in that moment, he needed an OG to tell him, little bro, this ain't going to be like this all the time.
There he is, Ramon.
It's on you to change that.
There he is, Ramon Foster. You can catch him, Ramon Kayla Will, weekday mornings, 6 to 10, weekday mornings, 104.5 The Zone. Thank you, Big Savagery. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, indeed. Anytime.
All right, there he goes. More 3HL when we come back. Happy Thursday to you on 104.5 The Zone. I want to tell you about my friends at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Just went up to see Daniel Gupton and the crew last week, and always love going up there and seeing those guys. Man, they do business the right way. They are there for you. Just tell them what you're looking for. Maybe you need more room. Maybe you need something with better gas mileage than what you've currently got. Maybe you need to check out the new cars. Maybe you're a new car guy. Maybe you want to go down the pre-owned path. You can see the entire inventory online. Got a great selection of pre-owned Jeeps and Ram trucks and all kinds of things online. GuptonMotors.com is the website. Take that short drive to beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. Check out the all-new 2025 models of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram pickups at Gupton. Gupton just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville at 3450 Tom Austin Highway. And remember that Gupton offers a full-service department to keep your new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in tip-top shape. From oil and lube changes and scheduled maintenance to brakes, transmission, servicing, and more. For the best deals on your new vehicle and keeping in the best service possible, you got to go to Gupton. Gupton, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. Check them out online, GuptonMotors.com. Welcome back in 3HL 104.5 The Zone Thursday edition. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. Man, it's been a fun show. We had a great time at Buffalo Wild Wings. Appreciate everybody coming out. The wash away toast was monumental.
Always is.
There was sure a lot to wash away. Some people during the week were suggesting that you might need to down 2 beers, that the wash away was that important.
Oh, the way my body's set up, it could.
We're headed to Washington, D.C. tonight to do the show tomorrow in advance of the Army-Navy game. Proud to be able to do that. Thanks to our friends at USAA. And we're looking forward to it. That is an incredible bucket list sports thing that you need to put on your bucket list, sports list, and all those lists. It's amazing. The march-ons before the game are incredible. Dawn, I know you enjoyed that part. Looking at those young, serious faces.
That's my favorite part. My favorite part of the entire game is that march-on. So my nephew, I call him my nephew. He's now graduated and is he's based in Hawaii now with Marine. He's Marine ground now, but I used to get to watch him on the march-ons. I watched him as like young, and then as he got older and led his own battalion and all of that. But you just look at all those faces. They have to be so serious during march-ons, and you just look out there and you're like, these are the young men and women that are protecting our country. Yeah. These are the ones that are ensuring our freedoms, that are willing to sacrifice their lives so that we can do whatever we want. And it's just when you think about that and you look at some of these baby faces, I mean, it blows you away. And same with the players, you know?
I never understood that when you were explaining it until I was able to go there and see it, and then it kind of hits you. It's like, whoa, and me explaining it to people, I always say, man, it's something you got to go witness. Like, if you can do it, you're fortunate enough to do it, man, go see that. But my favorite thing, though, two of them. The prisoner swap. Yeah. Love the prisoner swap. Like, hey, once I get the prison, it's like me being swapped. I feel like I'm running over there with them, and they picking them up, and they're pulling them on up, and they're celebrating them, throwing up in the air, so that's dope. And then the, what's it called when they come down with the parachutes? Coming down with the parachutes.
Yeah, that's how I would call it. That's how I'd describe it.
No, but so each
man, they're good at it too, man.
Yeah,
they
each one
right on a 50.
Yeah, the Navy does it, then Army does it. Like, it is pretty dope, man, to see them, come down like that with different flags and stuff like that. It's dope, man. It's an experience. Like, it gives me chills every single time.
Well, hopefully we'll do a good job. I mean, we've done this a lot, so hopefully we'll do a good job tomorrow kind of telling the story of America's game, and hopefully you guys will tune in and kind of listen to some of the stories that people will tell on the show. We'll have a ton of guests involved in Army, Navy. So that's
they got to call in and tell us who they want to win, too. Beat Army, beat Navy, whichever one.
Go Army, beat Navy.
Yeah.
That's where I am. That's where I am.
Go Army.
Yeah, my granddad was in the Army.
I'm going Army, too. What you going, Navy? My uncle was in the Navy,
Go Navy,
though.
beat Army.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm torn. I'm going to go with my granddaddy, though.
Hey.
My uncle is in Navy.
Navy? Okay. Yeah, see, I got a nephew, and then my grandfather was Navy, so I'll go Navy. The cool thing is I got to work both of these teams this year and got to see both of them in person, and so know their personnel pretty well, too, and should be a fun game.
What's the Army quarterback, Captain America?
Yeah, Bryson Daly.
Yeah.
Captain America, baby.
Yeah, I like that. That's a hell of a nickname.
Awesome.
Well, and that's a good point, too, because like we love this game no matter what their records are, and they do, too. But these are two very good football teams, and we're going to have a lot of fun breaking this thing down.
Well, real quick, it's made tickets really expensive, too. I looked them up, and they're like the cheapest you can get is standing room only right now for like $300 a ticket.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's not college football playoff, but $300 a ticket for standing room only, I think is a little heavy.
Everybody is there, though. Like, the who's who of people are there. Like, people you wouldn't even think about,
So the SEC released the college football schedule yesterday, and just to kind of, we only have a few minutes, so to kind of hit on, and I know we talked about this earlier, but to kind of hit on Tennessee a little bit. Tennessee starts with Syracuse in Atlanta.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yep.
Coach Fran.
Yeah.
Hey, now Kyle McCord is not going to be his quarterback, so Syracuse will have to make sure they have a different quarterback there. But I'm telling you, watch out for Fran Brown now.
Yeah, you tell Fran Brown, come on down, and don't even worry about taking no shower that week, because we ain't playing around down there in the Peachtree State. You know what I mean?
What was he saying? Like, if you lose, you don't deserve to bathe? Something like that?
Yeah, so guess
what? He said only winners get washed.
Yeah, well,
that's what it was.
We'll be showering good. I hope you pick a good shampoo and soap and everything for the following week, because it won't be that week, buddy.
Babs, you were around that guy. My guess is he will have a quarterback that out of the portal that he'll choose and get.
Especially after what he just did with Kyle McCord. I mean, Ohio State put him out to the pasture, right? And heading into that last game of the season, he's leading all passers in passing yards as the quarterback. I mean, what he was able to do and show with him and convince that kid to go to Syracuse of all places. Sorry, bully, but you know what I mean? It's not like a big powerhouse quarterback kind of school. And what Fran Brown was able to do with him, I would imagine that another quarterback might say, I'm going to take a chance on that dude.
There's plenty available.
The big thing from a Tennessee perspective is Georgia moves up to week 3. Florida moves down the schedule. And my immediate thought was if Tennessee would have caught Florida later in the schedule, that would have been been a much tougher game, and it already went to overtime.
Right.
So how do you feel, Slay Dog, about Georgia hitting the schedule in week 3 and Florida getting moved back?
I like Georgia. Give us Georgia early, man. Let's see what that fate is, and see, we can get them in Rocky Top and get what we're supposed to. Like, maybe we're clicking on all cylinders early, and but I do think Florida, as far as history shows, we play better against them later in the season from just my time with them. I think they will be different with Lagway, but give me Florida late in the season. Give me Georgia early. I wish we played Georgia first game.
Well, you also come into the season with a quarterback who's not a freshman anymore.
Yes, that's huge.
You hope that you're in a much better place earlier in the season as far as chemistry and all of that. Whereas, what does Georgia look like? I don't know. Man, I think that's Georgia's first big game too, right?
It will be, I believe so.
Who do they have to open the season? I can't remember. We'll have to look it up. But
you don't know. I think the scary part about that is with Georgia's quarterback, that's going to be pretty dope. If the guy that came in and replaced Carson Beck, if he can go deliver he's a force.
If you trust yourself as much as I trust you, we're going to be okay.
Hey, and Kirby believe in him too. He told him he's a winner, so I like that.
Winners. So the bye weeks for Tennessee, week 6 and week 11. So they get Arkansas again after a bye, this time in Knoxville. They get Oklahoma right before the bye in Knoxville. And then Florida, as we mentioned, moves down the schedule all the way to week 13.
Bring it on, baby. Bring it on.
That's Saturday, November 22nd.
Oh, I wonder how hot it's going to be down there, because it's going to be hot. That's, the weather, we ain't used to hot.
Maybe not in November.
Like, who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah, we coming to the swamp. We want gator boots.
Well, appreciate you guys listening to the show. Appreciate you hanging out. Those that came to Buffalo Wild Wings, thank you. Please listen tomorrow when we tell a very important story about a very important game, America's game, Army-Navy. Appreciate you guys including us in your day. We do not take that for granted, nor do we take that lightly. Have a great night. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be you unless you're Tajay Spears, NWI, or
us heading to the airport.
Hey, that's right.